WIFTBPM.
Maze Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. A partner to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I've been running. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something, like it was nothing. Ooh, so much, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy, say, to take it easy, say, feel so weak, say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy, say, feel so weak, say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time, I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me, know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something, like it was nothing. Ooh, some magic, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy, say, to take it easy, say, feel so easy, say, easy to love. Easy to love. You make it easy, say, to take it easy, say, feel so weak, say, easy to love. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Man, Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to Senate. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. It's been a long time since I left you. But you know what, I'm back. What? Why? They don't be making them faces.
Coming in rapping. Black.
Because Tyrone was.
Oh.
You saw. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show, though. You know what I'm saying? Mugs been running around here acting like, it ain't, it is what it is. But it's all good. It's the Maze Jackson Show, back in the seat. Back here on a Monday, Ruthie. I felt like you this Monday. Like, honestly, Ruthie, I woke up this morning at 4 o'clock, and I was like, damn. And I said to myself, I ain't going to even lie to you. And I was up every day, watched every show, every minute. And what I recognized is, well, it's a lot of stuff I recognize, but what I recognized is that 2-hour window of 4 to 6 is like life-saving for me. Like, I feel like my demeanor, my whole just everything last week was just something different. I was pleasant. Like, I wasn't, well, I had my moments. I got my moments, but I 9 o'clock, I was bright and shiny, bells, whistles, I was all good, right? And I was thinking to myself, this is a much better Maze. right? I felt like this is a much better version of me. As a matter of fact, I think with the sleep, it definitely made me a much better version of me And so I'm going to tell you, we are definitely going to be changing the time of the show. So we just need to figure out, I just need to do if I need to do some ant crushing or if I'm going to just go ahead and mind my business. But I haven't decided what time. You like, is that on the paper? No, it's going to be a lot of stuff today. It ain't on the paper today. It ain't. Because I see we're going to have to start writing stuff. It is. But I must tell you that I'm happy to be back in the studio. Happy to be back in the building. Ruthie, it took a lot for me to I have trust issues. You know I got trust issues, right? And so having trust issues, it took a lot for me to let go and let people sit in. That I didn't necessarily always agree with their opinions. Or it was like I felt like last week was kind of reminding me of what I did this for. Right? Like to create a platform for people to be able to share their opinions and their ideas, etc. And so I want to thank everybody. Shout out to Tyrone Muhammad, who kicked it off on the first day of the week. He came in here talking about the Maze takeover. We done put him in the. I was like, dang, you know how people feel about you when you ain't here, and you think they ain't, and they think you ain't watching. Damn, fuck, cuz you gonna put me in the trunk?
You know, when the cat's away, the mice gonna play.
Then it was Tuesday. Shout out to Dawn and Dr. Audrey. Wednesday, Jamal Cole came in here. Jamal Green. Not Green. I be getting the J-Malls confused. It be like, your name J-Mal. Yo, you got apostrophe in your joint too?
It's actually not such a common way to pronounce it, right? So that's why I think
J-Mal. Jamal.
Normally we'd be like Jamal. Hey, what up, Jamal? But
so wait,
J-Mal.
There's J-Mal, and then tomorrow we got Jamal. So Jamal Cole is sitting in with me tomorrow from 6 to 9.
Bam.
Like it was like my phone was blowing up all last week. People was like, wait, did that? Yes. And I was like, yes, you can have an opportunity. So I have decided to open up the studio, open up the doors for everybody to what?
That's funny.
Nah, I got so many jokes. But I decided, so Jamal Green came in last week and he was talking smack. I heard he was talking smack when he left up out of here. Leah, you know Leah tell. Leah, my girl. Leah be like, oh, May, she was on the phone. She was like, you know, people be calling me to tell, right? It'd be funny because people was calling me to tell all type of stuff. But they called me to tell me about Jamal Green and the crew, Keena Collins. Who else was with Jamal? All them out there talking in the hallway, talking about, first of all, Jamal Green, I dress better than you. I told you millennials don't even be having Ruthie. That's because you be seeing me in the studio. That's all right. Y'all okay. All right. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. I got a suit store in my closet. You know I got suits for every day of the month, right? Don't play with me. Anyway, so shout out to Jamal Green and his crew. Jamal around here trying to be fresh to death. He ain't that fresh, though. You know what I'm saying? He ain't colder than me either, and I look better, too. Anyway, then we had one and only. One of them came in here. Look, y'all bogus, then. I seen y'all whooping on one. First of all, y'all leave my cousin alone. Like, I'm going to tell you what. One, I was so proud of her making it. Now, she got here late. And then, you know I hate when people call you with, like, attitude because they told you what they was going to do. Man, I ain't even. Anyway, shout out to Juan and only. We got to get Juan. I love Juan's spirit, right? Just her positivity, and you know what I'm saying. She be like, I am not with all this politics stuff. But the funniest thing is when Juan does get political, she be like straight honest. So she be like, I don't know what you did. Like, so I mean, I'm with you. I mean, I'm your friend, but I don't know if you good enough for that office. Don't make me lie. Shout out to Wine and Only Events. Shout out to the whole family, everybody who came in. Man, Wine, I swear to God, Wine be kicking it. Wine, if you ever been to a wine party, first of all, you go to Wine House, she make you take off your shoes. But she felt so fancy at the door. Mm-hmm. First of all, if you ever go to a wine party, she got armed security. Nah, dog, it'd be like, I'm going to your house. They'd be like, excuse me. No, I see I gotta get patted down and go in wine crib. She do got a nice house though. But she got these floors that's off the chain. And she be like, y'all, she got the shoe booties. Like when you come in the door. I used to want to do that, and I used to have a whole bucket of socks, then I had to wash them. I was like, this is for the birds, so I ain't doing that no more. I'd be like, just take your shoes off. Just take your shoes off. And then finally, closing out the week, the Den was in the building. Shout out to Brother Devin Gordine, Mario Jones, and Loch Ness Monster, who debuted the Reparations Interlude. I was playing that on Saturday at the TP meeting. But I just want to thank everybody who held it down for me last week, who came in, sat down. Y'all, I thought people was just going to come in here and rant. People had their game plans together, had their shows together. I was surprised at Tyrone. I bet you Tracy probably wrote Tyrone's script. She was like, don't you go in there embarrassing us. You know, Tracy probably was like, get in there. You know, I Tyrone tough than a mug, but I feel like Tracy be around there like, now clean, now take the garbage out. You can go out. Like I feel like Tyrone can't hit he get up so early because Tracy makes sure he do his chores before he can go outside. Ooh. So he got to go do his chores before he can get in the squad car.
You know, Tyrone gonna get you.
Hey man, I don't care if he him and the muscle heads up in here trying to beat. Hey man, then you Gregory. And I want to just say, I don't care how much y'all be lifting. Greg was sitting up here flexing the whole show like, I have to find an excuse to stretch my muscles bigger than. Look, man, all us can't be swole muscle head dudes, but it's all good though. Then did you see Ty had somebody on post? Snoop was in the building. I can't never remember my man name, but he was on post the whole time. I was like, man, I remember when I used to have to, man, you ever have to work, man. You be like, for real, man, how long I got to stand here? I used to be like, this is for the I need to work the pack. This too much. This right here, this too much. So anyway, I want to thank everybody who held it down for me last week. I hope y'all enjoyed the week of shows. It was a learning lesson, and it took a lot for me to let go. But I did, and I was very pleasantly surprised. And so don't be surprised if I ask a lot more people to guest host. And one of the funnest parts was watching I feel like the Mario Ness and Devin, I felt like that. I want to be in that. I feel like that could be a men's view, like a men's version of The View. They've tried a couple of stuff. You should see the setup. Oh, you missed out, Ruthie. Well, I'll tell you about it. But I think I want to do a men's view. Like where men get to talk, and they tried a couple of them, and not like but I want to talk about the real stuff. So anyway, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. That's me. I'm back in the building. I did not go anywhere for spring break, so every time I was somewhere, people were like, I thought you was gone. I was like, dang, I showed up at something. They was like, you ain't even supposed to be. I'm like, it's my wife's fundraiser. What you mean I'm not supposed to? It said Women for Carrie Steele. I was like, I know, but I got to carry the purse and take the... Anyway, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, in the building. Ruthie Moore, Ruthie, I didn't know you was going on spring break, too.
Oh, that's the first thing Riis said to me when he saw me. He ain't say good morning. He ain't say, how was your weekend? He ain't say, it's a pleasure to see you. He said, I ain't know you was going on spring break, too. Mm-hmm. I don't know why y'all didn't think I was. Somebody said spring break.
Now, Ruthie, I seen you on your spring break at Chicago Cut somewhere.
Yeah, working. See, I didn't break either.
That was good. Hey, man, that was good. Hey, y'all, Ruthie is the plug, y'all.
Working.
Ruthie, hey. Ruthie, I'm going to have to get... You know what? I just need to say this. I have the most trust issues in the whole entire world. And I do. I really do. And last week... as I was sitting on the couch in my underwear, as I was thinking, man, I don't got nothing to do, I realized I had something to do. And I was like, I got to write this. And then I went in my inbox, and there it was. And I was like, Ruthie, you did this. And I
know you could write.
No, I figured you could write because you went to DePaul. You know, you went to a suburban school. I mean, you went to Kankakee, so I figured they taught you reading, writing, arithmetic. But Ruthie, it was a good thing, and so I appreciate you holding it down so that I could have somewhat of a spring break in the building. Speaking of holding it down, DJ the Ruler, where click it off and turn it back on. There it is. Are tuned in to the Maze Jackson Show. There we go. We got some sound. All right, we got some sound. All right. We are going to take the soul plane all the way to Los Angeles, California. Ruthie, I do not know what in the world possessed me to watch the Oscars last night. I got to be honest with you, Ruthie. I have tuned out of the Oscars for a long time, even before it was Oscars So White. But it seems like black folks got what they wanted. Yesterday, the Oscars was so black. I mean, it was black people all in the front row. They had Lupita. They had Wanda Sykes up there. Man, they was bringing Puffy was up. It was the 50-year anniversary. And then all of a sudden, Ruthie, Chris Rock hit the stage. Well, not hit the stage. Will Smith actually hit the stage. But Chris Rock got on stage. And as he was delivering a joke, which I thought everybody thought was funny, or well, let me say not everybody thought was funny because apparently Jada did not. Mm-hmm. Will Smith smacked the dog smack out of Chris Rock on live national TV. And I felt like when it first happened, I was like, was this a stunt? And then you realized it wasn't a stunt, Ruthie. Holy moly. So I was like, wait, this is history. So I said, hold on. I stopped. I said, Carrie, rewind. I pulled out my phone. And I taped it and I posted it. Ruthie, yesterday I had 4,500 shares of the video from my page. Like all around the world, people was sharing the video. Like I was literally watching it like go from like within 5 minutes, it was like 450 shares.
Whoa.
4,500 people shared the video of mine, and Will Smith apparently smacked the dog stuff out of Chris Rock on national TV. And Will said, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. And Ruthie, I'm torn. I ain't gonna even lie. We're gonna talk about this a little bit later. I am torn. I can't even lie. I'm torn. We're gonna talk about it. Why you got your mouth poked out? What's up? Why you got
I
that?
didn't even really think it was that bad of a joke.
I think it was.
He's a comedian. That's what
But she's
comedians
sick.
do.
She's sick. That's why she don't have no hair.
She got alopecia.
We know. She done told everybody. They always tell their business.
Okay.
So, all right, well then you don't talk about that.
We gonna
It
talk.
was a joke.
All right, well,
very funny, mother. I bet he was.
Comedians
joke,
tell
too.
jokes all the time.
Comedians, right, and I was telling the joke too.
See, I think comedy is a different sector, and it was a joke. It wasn't even like a bad. Like it was just a joke, and
I don't think it was the joke.
obviously,
And then
I
they got
think
past history too.
obviously, it wasn't the joke. It wasn't. Obviously, we all know that.
Well, look, we're gonna talk about it. I've been in all it. I got feelings on this. Like I got feelings on this. I don't know about Will's outburst there, but I do know what it's like to feel like you need to be in defense of your family, and you getting tired.
Exactly. That was a mental health breakdown that we saw.
Oh Lord. Dang nabbit millennials.
Straight
Dang,
up.
here we go.
If that was
Now we gotta get them therapy. No, how about okay, look, we gonna talk. You know what? I knew it. I should have wrote it down. I should have wrote it. It was a mental. I had a mental lapse breakdown. We gonna talk about it.
He was unhinged.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta let them see. I think Will was like, "Why is y'all playing with me? Like y'all be acting like y'all stupid, like y'all don't know. Like I'm sitting right here. Like you don't know I'm here. Y'all gonna act like I'm not here. Yep. So what y'all gonna do is play like I'm not sitting right here and I'm not watching this happen. And you supposed to just be able to do it. And you really what you do is you do it and you say, well, what he gonna do?
What?
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's a lot in that. I'm gonna tell you. I got a lot. There was a lot I saw in the Will Smith moment. I saw personal. Man, I saw so many levels to the Will Smith thing, but I also understood the Chris Rock piece too. So I understand he was a comedian. But sometimes you pick the wrong day. You pick the wrong day. It's the Maze Jack. I'm just saying. Sometimes you pick the wrong day. Now, I don't know that he would have been doing that if it was 50 Cent. I think he would have he wouldn't have picked the wrong day there. He wouldn't have had the same mental breakdown. I think one of the funniest things I heard though was, wait, did Ali just beat up Pookie? Oh, we got so much to talk about on that. Ruthie, while I was gone, I did not watch the news intentionally. Like I didn't watch Chicago Tonight, not one day. I didn't watch the news every night. I didn't do nothing. But I did hear that we picked a new alderman in Chinatown. The 11th Ward, which is now Chinatown, Grace Lee. Legacy pick. It's going to be interesting. I wonder, do the dailies have a say in that pick? She does have a long-standing relationship with the family, though. The casino is whittled down to 3 choices. Hey, y'all, I got the... y'all had me saying I was feeling like I was going to be a sellout for offering up the casino opportunity, but it is in my inbox. So if y'all want me to tell y'all about the casino opportunity, let me know. We can set up a time to talk about it. Mike Quigley had a poll out. Looks like he's running. He may be considering a run for mayor. Do you know Mike Quigley?
No, I just know he put out a poll.
Northside Congressman replaced Rahm Emanuel, and is now considering a run for mayor. I saw that there was a fundraiser, or excuse me, that there was a black organization that sent 21 pallets of items to the Ukraine. I'm still torn on the black people in Ukraine. The Final Four yesterday. Man, I was so me and my son.
Wait, they down to 4 people? 4 teams?
It's the Final Four is now official.
Wow, that was quick.
It is North Carolina, Kansas, Duke, Villanova. Shout out to St. Peter's University. I had so much fun watching them. They was a 15 seed and they was bracket busting. They took out Kentucky and they took out the number 1 team. It was great watching though. And I love the brother coach who was like, "What they gonna say now?" It was National Peacock Day. Yeah, I see Willie Wilson. Last week I was out, gave away. And y'all still mad? Willie Wilson gave away $1 million worth of gas. I was driving around this weekend. It was Willie Wilson signs all over the city across the street from the gas stations. I think it was great what he did. He had it much more organized, which I think that the cities and the town should have been participating in helping him with that in the first place. You knew it was going to be. He talking about doing it again, Ruthie.
Oh, wow.
He talking about giving away another $1 million worth of gas. Now, at the same time, the mayor is trying to get a 3-cent moratorium on the city's gas. So if the mayor gets you a 3-cent rebate on the gas, Ruthie, you would have to get 1,666 gallons to equal what Willie Wilson is doing per tank.
But didn't the mayor raise the thing 3 cents anyway? So ain't she just reversing back something that she raised up
That's
on?
your girl.
I'm just saying.
That's your girl.
I heard
Go ahead, where's your cape at? Get your cape out. Get your Lori cape. You ready?
You know,
Tell me.
I find it interesting how solutions to campaign issues are doled out in like a press type of way. So if you see, that Dr. Willie Wilson is like, got to do something about gas, here's a direct solution. So in order for the mayor to be able to counter that, because we know Dr. Willie Wilson probably going to run for mayor.
Right.
She's already taken the certain, kind of like the Democrats did when they rolled back the pandemic stuff, so the Republicans couldn't use it as a political thing. So I think it's just interesting how easy things can be changed.
Well, actually, the funny thing is it can't, because she can't get it passed in city council. So she proposed it and then they pulled it because she can't get the votes.
So she could say, I wanted to lower the...
But the city council told me no.
Oh! Politics.
Hey, man. Yep. Also, I had a great talk with Alderman Jason Irvin last week while I was out. We ought to talk about that at some point. He said he's going to come in here and sit down. Did you know the mayor has a secret security team of 65 officers, 5 sergeants, and 1 lieutenant to guard her home on top of her 20-person security detail?
That's
Remember, Daley just used to have a car sit outside his house. She has a 65 5-in-1 detail on top of the 20-person detail that drives her. But we're going to let that go. And then that is it right now. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back after these messages. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show. You hear me every single day ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Well, finally, y'all, we've got an answer, and it's called the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. That's in the mall at the 55th and the Dan Ryan. And you join us every Saturday where we are taking our politics black. We'll teach you everything you need to know about the game, from how to collect a petition, to how to knock on a door, to even how to become the next mayor of the city of Chicago. That's right, y'all. It is the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth in the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said. This is a black people thing you wouldn't even understand.
Maze Jackson. And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion has to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:35 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler on this Monday with your traffic and weather report as we head over to the Kennedy. Overhead to the Loop will be 23 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 19. On the Edens inbound from Deerfield to Exchange will be 31 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 27. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop and back will be 28 minutes, while the Stevenson is 29 minutes in both directions. On the Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 35 minutes. 25 minutes to I-80. While the Dan Ryan is 16 minutes to the Loop, 13 minutes to 95th on DuSable Lakeshore Drive, north and south. Both directions are 8 minutes solid. Today's weather is currently 27 and clear. Today will be a high of 32 with a low of 23. I'm Riis the Ruler. Welcome back, Maze, to the Maze Jackson Show.
God got to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, God got to the grave, from the grave. Back to glory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around. Glory to Gethsemane, God got to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, God got to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, God got to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, God got to the grave, from the grave. Dear Lord, it's me again. God's gonna turn it around. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another. Please, son, look and have mercy. Have mercy over our home, Lord. Have mercy. Have mercy. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, in the building. DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos. It is 6:30, and y'all know what happens at 6:30. I know the Saints done miss me. What's up, Saints? If you are tuned in, you tune in every day from 6:30 to 8. We welcome the Saints from WBGX. You know that GB and BG, I be noticing people be getting that a little twisted up and a little flipped around. But it's WBGX 1570 AM, so I want to thank all of the seniors, all of the, what they said, the seasoned. The seasoned. I want to thank all y'all for staying with us and tuning in last week. Thank you every day. Check us out every day, 6:30 to 8 a.m. Now, if you wanted to send us, you probably get here at 6 o'clock and you stay till 9. And you can catch us on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, and Twizzitch.
If you learning Robert's Rules of Orders, how come you don't want nobody to practice?
What you mean?
Point of order.
This ain't this meeting.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I just
because usually the point of order person is really just the thorn. Point of order. Point of order. You didn't say that right. Point of order. Point of order.
I just think it's important to practice.
I think it is too. But what are you talking about? Do we have a point of order? I think it's definitely important to practice. Because if you play again, let me stop. Yes, Ruthie. So what are you talking about, Robert's Rules? Are you talking about the meeting on Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, Ruthie was trying to stun on me at the meeting on Saturday.
I was just practicing.
She was like, excuse me, Robert's Rules of Order, pardon me, point of information, that don't say this on the paper. I was like, this is my meeting.
I'm the chair.
I'm the chair. You are out of order. Excuse me. Nah, Robert's Rules that.
I said, "Ooh, that wasn't on the paper."
Robert's you lucky I ain't got a gavel. I got a gavel around this mug. Well, bam. Hey, y'all, don't forget to check us out on not this week. So we're gonna be going second Saturdays starting now. Second Saturdays of the month. TP. Join us there every second Saturday of the month for the Black People First meeting. Also, I think Ruthie, I want to Final Four it. I think I want to do something for the Final Four. So I think I may have a little get together, sit down for the Final Four as well as the national championship, plus a spades tournament or a bid. We're gonna talk about all of that because I got them all on the agenda. But all right, Riis, I am looking for the big voice. You got it for me? Let's get ready. Let's get ready to rock and roll. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We have gotten through all the headlines, and so usually at about 6:30 after we welcome the Saints and the Sinners, we then go to our big voice, which I'm ready for.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Have you ever gotten into a physical altercation as an adult? Have you ever gotten into a physical altercation as an adult? And I'm going to classify adult as 25 plus. I'm not going to count it as 21 because I was brawling in the bar still at 21. You still in college. You still doing your thing. But like, is there ever been a adult situation that you felt warranted physical intervention as an adult? Riis, open up the phone lines. Give us a call, 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. I want to do this as a precursor to our conversation regarding Will Smith, but I want to back it up. And be like, has there ever been a time in your adult life where you felt the need to resort to physicality to resolve a situation? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Like, is there a time when you feel like physicality is justified? Give us a call. I want to know your answer. Like, females, male. Ruthie, I'm looking at you like you look like you done had a couple scrapes at the you look like you ain't never been at the bar and Becky done bumped into you, spilt the bar on you, and word watcher.
No,
because you had on the Black Hawk shirts.
No, I ain't let nobody get that close to me. Like, for one, but I think physical. I don't know. I always try to prevent physical encounters. Like, you ain't in my bubble. Like, how you even get that close to me for me to even have to physically engage with you?
Okay.
So I'm always kind of thinking more tactically. And if I feel the need, like if I gotta back up, like,
what if you feel like you want to go forward? That's like, my problem is never about backing up. See, mine is usually going for what you say.
That's different.
Like, and so
I don't let people take me there. See, because if I go, I'm going. Like, I'm going.
We seen you kind of halfway go. I thought you was getting ready. I thought you was finna be like Mighty Mouse with John Canzera that one day. I thought it was finna. I was like, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Okay, so I'm gonna give you an example. Like, I've been involved in physical altercations, but usually it's a physical altercation because somebody. Well, no. It's usually a physical altercation because of alcohol. Alcohol infused, and I feel like the bigger you are, the more I feel like I need the right. Like, I have been in some physical altercations, but like, at what age is a physical altercation? Is there a time when physical is required?
Yeah, I would say to defend yourself.
So defend yourself from a physical.
From you can be defending your honor. You could be defending your pride. Sometimes you might be defending your ego, but I think those are the times. But those are calculated risks.
Okay, give us a call. 872-259-7474. I used to get into more physical altercations because I was with my friends. And I had some, okay, I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. And I ain't really had that many. But like the twins, I think they just stopped fighting last year and they 51. Now I'm just saying. Like I feel like Bolingbrook has bred some physicality in us because somebody always feel like they want to test you. But what are the circumstances under which something could bring you to a physical altercation? Like I was just thinking about, I've been in a numerous, like what could trigger you to have a physical response? Like where you feel like, is there something someone can do or say that would set you off enough that you would have a physical response?
Not say, no. Do, possibly. Like, don't, like, stealing from me. Like, if you stole something from me, like a cookie or something, you eating it in front of my face. Like, that type of stuff, like.
I feel like, is that stole or is that just they took it from you?
No, like somebody stole something from you and eating it right in your face. Like, you think you about to eat? You about like you?
So what you gonna do? Slap it out their hand?
Probably smack, like grab it and smash it into their face. I would be tactically be thinking about.
But Ruthie, but then you would, but you smaller, so you really can't. If you can't, you think you could win?
I would have had thought about it. I ain't going into no fight that I don't think I can't win. What you talking about?
Really?
The cookie smash is just the decoy to the real that's coming.
Okay, so
there are some things that can send you over the edge. And if you know your triggers, then you're better able to control yourself. So by knowing what would trigger me, I try not to even put myself in situations that will trigger me. So you just got to really know yourself. And I think that
But what if the other people, what if other people know your triggers and then hit them?
Then like eating the cookie in your face that they just stole from you. Like, okay, well, this cookie about to get smashed in your face. Or you ain't about to eat this cookie. I'm about to slap it on the ground or something.
And then what if the result of that means that you're going to be in a physical altercation?
That's what I'm saying. You better be ready.
So is there something that even if you know you can't win, would you get in it?
Yeah.
Yo, cookie.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta just.
Sometimes you just gotta put your foot down because people think it's sweet, right?
Exactly. Like, even if you lose, like you don't go in thinking you're gonna lose, but you better at least try. Like,
make them feel like you was there.
I don't think you should let people do you like that. HOE you like that. Like,
so give me an example of like somebody doing something that you could feel like that was a physical offense worthy.
That's a good one. Okay, so like I just said, like like if somebody steals something from you, they know they done stole it, and they gonna put it in your face like that, and like because they want you to do something. So I just
does you feel any similarities to what we were just talking about with this?
Oh,
you feel any similarities to what I was just talking about? You see how it requires a response. Sometimes people do things that require a response just because they think they can do it. Just because they be like, oh, so I'm finna pull it. And so sometimes you gotta be like, oh, so you was just gonna pull it because you thought you could.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to have a response. Now, does that response? So what I've learned in my life though is that because I used to have physical responses. And remember I told you about the time I beat that dude up at school, and then he got a restraining order on me, and then I couldn't come into I was actually on Fresh Prince on Bel Air the other day. A white boy did that to Will Smith, or not Will Smith, but the new Will Smith. Mm-hmm. But at what point do you? And I guess my question is, do you, when you have been when you know someone is openly disrespecting you intentionally, does it warrant a physical? Does it warrant a response? Because I feel like if you don't, then people feel like, oh, well, they could just do it anytime.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what it is. It depends on the circumstances. It depends on the outcome. But so I mean, I do agree that sometimes like the best response is no response. 'Cause some stuff you really just shouldn't even give attention to, because especially if you know that that's what it's about, like attention seeking behavior. And sometimes you don't even feed the fire. Like,
you pivoted, Ruthie. I just noticed you pivoted on your opinion there.
Cause it depends on what it is.
Right.
It depends on what it is. And
if it's yours, and somebody disrespect it, what are your tools to defend it?
Precisely.
What are the tools in your toolbox to defend it, to ensure that it doesn't happen again? Because people will feel like if I could do it this time, then I could do it any other time.
But I think using those tools are strategic. Like sometimes it ain't the slap the cookie out your hand type of tool that you use.
Right. That's when you don't get physical. You just pull out the papers and be like, let them stop. Anyway.
Yeah. Different tools, right?
Different tools in the toolbox. But I am curious. Has anybody out there ever had a physical altercation as an adult? I have. I'm not very proud of them. But I am curious to know, what does it take to make you say that's enough? And I was just thinking about it though. Do you think the most powerful people in the world have physical altercations? How do the most powerful people in the world resolve their issues? Minus war. Like, do you watch Billions? So I watch Billions. And it's like there'll be epic titanic wars between billionaires, but they use papers and they use lawyers and they use strategy to tie you up I often think for black folks, because we don't often have power, that's why we resort to physicality.
But also, I think it speaks to really like that it don't matter how much money you got. That at the end of the day, human nature, like nobody wants to feel like they're not protecting their family.
That's deep. So Ruthie, this is a very peculiar situation because, excuse me, I felt this in a lot of cases, like where you feel like your family is under assault, mine particularly, right? And a lot of times, I don't think from the Will Smith perspective, but I have oftentimes felt like my wife has been under assault because of me through political, and people be talking all type of slick. Remember that time we played the audio of the people plotting and conspiring against my wife? And it's like I want to have a physical response to that. But that's not how you win in a lot of cases. Like the physical response to that probably would have been, I was just thinking. So remember when I did that big old post about running for Cook County Board President? And it was like, and it was all over the news, and people was like, it was because I felt like they had verbally assaulted my wife. And so because I could not walk up to the podium and snatch nobody, who I felt like in a lot of cases there were people who I could physically handle. There was the outburst on social, but I feel like there's a lot of times when our families, my family, I feel like has been under assault because of me, and I do want to protect them. I feel like there's a lot of times when I have wanted to physically, like people have talked slick, said all type of crazy stuff, and because of her position, I can't say, or I can't do things, so I have to figure out alternative means to get people, or not to get people, because I don't think that do you just walk away from? Like when somebody does something that makes you physically want to respond, how do you handle it? Do you walk away, and when you walk away, are you at the crib like, I should have, next time I'm get it? Because I feel like if you leave that unresolved.
I mean, I think a simple way to think about it is, I think Christianity does play a role into how we be like, oh, I gotta forgive, but I don't know. I'm pretty vengeful. And so
You pretty what?
Vengeful. I think people I believe in vengeance. Like somebody wrong.
Well, you show around here trying to be Jesus.
That's different.
No, it's not.
That's different. That's different. Tools in the toolbox. Just trying to give you different tools.
I got one. I got a hatchet.
Book. But yeah, but I don't know. I don't think that I don't always believe that people should be forgiven in such a way that, you know, you ain't gonna never do nothing to them. You might just be like, I'm just gonna sit and wait, because one day I know it's gonna come back around. And so I think it's more power in that sometimes than being like, I'm finna go up to this podium and slap you. Like, don't worry, I'm gonna get you. I'll catch you.
But if you gonna catch him and is it physical, or you gonna catch him and you gonna make them pay a different way?
It depends. Like, that's why I said, like, that's why, like.
So do you think there are times when adults need physical repercussions as adults?
Yes. And no. Yes, if that's the I hate to use this word in this context, but if that's the code that y'all abiding by, then you go outside of that, like, then okay. But if that ain't a part of, you know, said code, then no.
So where does we gonna have to come back to this code thing at some point. All right, so I guess my question is, what if y'all ain't even in the same space? We ain't on no code. It's like, I got a code, you got a separate code, but you violate my code whether it's intentional or unintentional. Mm-hmm. Is there ever a time when that requires physical repercussions?
What's the consequences? Because all that, like, even when we act on, like, emotion, like, sometimes you can still sit and think about the consequences of something.
The consequences of reacting to.
Yep. So I mean, if what's the worst that can happen to Will Smith? He catch a charge, go to jail. He gonna pay his way out.
Right. Cool. That's what I was saying. Jay, he said, I got a few dollars, I could fight the case.
Yeah. So you always got to think about the consequences.
So it was calculated. So it's not the issue. It's your ability to enforce.
Straight up. Nobody cares. He could have sat in that seat and ranted. Will Smith goes on rant.
But nobody will try him again, right? You think anybody gonna try him again?
Yeah, because they probably want to check. So now you got to be careful. But I really do think he had a mental health breakdown. I know, Maze, but there is no.
Pass me a tissue, Tito.
That his behavior was so out of the norm, like that people were shocked, so shocked that he was not even removed from the Oscars. There's no way he should have been able to stay there.
Well, he was the best actor.
There's no way he should have been able to stay there, and I don't understand how he was not removed by security.
So once again, so then how does Chris Rock respond? Does Chris Rock get revenge? Because Chris Rock probably can't beat, but he could pay for it. He could definitely pay for it to happen, without a doubt.
Chris Rock's revenge was not pressing charges.
Okay. I don't know. See, I feel like I don't know if that's Chris Rock's revenge.
That is his revenge.
To say I'm bigger than that?
Come on, what else you gonna do after you get slapped on national TV? That better be the route you gonna go. So this is my thing. There was at least about 5 to 10 seconds that
he should have swung back.
No, that it took for him to walk up on that stage. He was even like, "Oh, he come," like, and you just literally stand there. That's why I thought it was staged, because how do you just let somebody walk up on you like that? Because you don't go into no defensive.
Because mugs be thinking it can't happen to them.
Well, that's why I thought it was staged and it was scripted, and maybe Chris Rock didn't know that. He thought maybe Will was doing a secret skit or something. Like, why didn't security come out?
Because nobody thought he was capable of it. Because nobody thought Will Smith was capable of it. Because everybody be running around here testing, and he be ha ha he he be cool. Oh, I act like I ain't see that. No, I act like I ain't read all that. Nope, I acted like, oh, so you want to play today? You know what? I got what? You know how they be saying it's only space and opportunity. Mm-hmm. There was space and opportunity, and Will took it all.
That's a blackout moment.
Hey man, hey.
And if that is mental health.
That wasn't mental health. That
is quintessential.
That was
mental
nigga. Stop
health.
playing with me. Stop playing with me.
And if we don't equate that back to mental health, I think we are doing a disservice to all of the black men that feel like they want to slap somebody in their face. If Will Smith could get that enraged to do that, I can imagine the average everyday black man how they must feel sometimes if they feel like they being disrespected or their family's being disrespected.
Exactly. And so when you have the ability to affect it, you do. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale? Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay that fine that you've been dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, why don't you come on over,
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies now other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve. In the mirror, realize you great. Yeah, we always argue with our brothers, but ain't nobody gonna take our place. Just stay in tune and stay on top about who forwards, about who not. Just green light all the black economy, then watch all the shooting don't stop. To my black people in power, just remember we put you in power. If you really wanna save all the black princesses, be Mario and not Bowser. They gave us a hard job. We gon' make it if we do it together. Divided we fall, we gotta evolve. With confidence, you are ready before you started. With no confidence in the people, we always gon' be defeated.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, DJ Riis, the ruler on the ones and twos. And it is the Maze Jackson Show. Spring break is over. Now I'm back. And Will Smith, you know, we've been talking around the subject, but let's get into it. I don't know if you all saw the video yesterday. Ruthie, yesterday, first of all, I don't know. Carrie and I were watching the Oscars. And I just happened to look up because I heard Chris Rock being one of my favorite comedians. And what happened after this whole thing, I was just kind of caught off guard. But before I do that, I'm going to go to the phone lines because I want to know, is there any situation, the social media question of the day, is there any situation in which you should be physical after you've turned into an adult? Have you ever gotten into a physical altercation as an adult? Not with your lady. And if you got in a physical altercation with your lady, I'm talking about you, but that's a whole nother story. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Hello?
How you doing, man?
Oh, James. Uh-oh. Come on, talk to me, James. Hey, Ruthie.
Good morning.
Good morning. I just wanted to say, you got to consider the consequences. You know, you may not consider them so much when you're younger, but when you're older, you think about them. I was in my 40s, and I had a girlfriend that was very pretty. A dude complimented her on her eyes when we were on the blue line, and I thought about attacking her. You know, she had pretty hazel eyes. I thought about attacking her. It would have been an easy win for me. I used to lift weights and jog, you know, so I was in good shape. But then I started thinking about some of the things she did to me that were bogus. So I'm like, is it worth me going to jail for killing this dude? You know, now I'm willing to stay with her in spite of some of the things she's done. But is she worth me going to jail for? And I'm like, you know what? He didn't put his hands on her. He just complimented her on her eyes, and I let it go. It was disrespectful of him. I'm talking about Chris Rock now. I'm sorry. It was disrespectful what Chris Rock did to Jada. But Jada also disrespected him, talking about being with some other guy. It was her son's friends, her son's friend. You know, so I'd have been like, no, because really, Will can go to jail for this. You know, and maybe he probably should. Chris Rock probably won't press charges on him, but he put himself in a position for a woman to disrespect him nationally. You know. So, you know, I mean, he stayed with her because, you know, you get older, you don't really want to leave your woman like that. You want to keep her, even though y'all going through things, you know, y'all got a family together, you want to try to maintain things, you know, but I don't think I'd have done that. I would have thought about, well, she did disrespect me on TV, and he said that bogus joke. It was bogus. I didn't understand it until you said it. I just saw it on Facebook. And you made it clear for me. Okay, she got alopecia.
Yes.
And that G.I. Jane movie, I never seen it before. You know, so I didn't know if she was in that movie or not. I didn't know what it was about. You know, so if he making fun of her because of this disease she has, that's bogus. But I also thought about how she was bogus with me. You know, having sex with this young dude and calling, what did she call it? A situation or something like that.
Entanglement.
An entanglement? No, that's bogus.
That's the reason you should have been stealing on somebody. That if you was gonna steal on somebody after the entanglement, right? But I don't know. Anyway, so in case you didn't see it, and I got the audio and video, so I'm gonna put it on. I got it on the switcher, but it's turn the audio on the computer. Ruthie, I am going to play the edited clip because, as you know, the Oscars broadcast in the United States is on a 7-second delay, right? Which means that when it happened, if you were watching it in Europe or somewhere in Australia, you got it live. But if you were watching it in the United States, then they caught it. Right? Unless you were on the first broadcast. So I am going to play the clip, the edited clip, because I think you got to look at it and see what happened before and see kind of the whole thing and how it broke down. Because at first it seemed like ha-ha, and then it turned into ha-ha hell. You know how it be ha-ha, very funny motherfucker. That's kind of how it went. All right, so here is Chris Rock doing his comedy routine on the Oscars last night that led to the punch. Ready? I think we got it. You ready? No audio. It's in the... So I got the cord in. So let's try it again. Ready? All right, let's see. I still don't have audio. All right, we're going to come back. We're going to try and do it through the, I'm going to try and connect through the road. So turn on the road if you don't mind. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We are trying to cue up the audio in case You did not see what happened yesterday.
I bet you heard about it, though.
Everybody heard about it. All right, Riis, turn it off and turn the road off and turn it back on. Let me see if I get it now. But we are looking to play the audio from yesterday. My bad. You guys, can you hear? What's that I'm hearing? Is there a caller? Mr. Mays Jackson show. So I need the Bluetooth on the road turned on. We are looking for the audio and video of Chris Rock and Will Smith's altercation. It's not showing up at all. The Bluetooth. And so I got the cord in. Is there something else I need to do with the road to make the cord work? To get the audio from the switcher?
You should just plug it in and then push play on your computer.
I did that. That didn't work. So here, I just connected to the road. Did it come? All right, let's go back and let's see if we can play the audio from what was happening. Road. Got it? All right, here we go. The audio from what was happening. Road. Got it? All right, here we go. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm sorry. I got too many things going at this moment. Give me a hot second. And the audio from what was happening. Road. Got it? All right, here we go. All right, now let's go back to the beginning. All right, here we go. Now we are playing the audio and video from Chris Rock and Will Smith yesterday at the Oscars. Ready? Go.
Can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow.
Look.
Will Smith.
Will Smith snapped off. Oh, hold on. Wait, it stopped. Let's go. Oh, and then that's when they cut the audio off. So I'm going to play it where you can see they had cut the audio out of the video. He said, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth.
Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
All right. So, Ruthie, that was the edited clip. I am going to get in trouble because we're going to play the unedited clip. Real quick, here we go. This is from Europe.
Wow! Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep
my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Wow, dude. Yeah. It was a G.I. Jane joke. Keep my wife's
G.I. Jane のジョークだったんです。
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
テレビ史上最高の場面でしょうか。
So we are here to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar out.
どうなんでしょうか。
Wow! Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
ウィル・スミスにやられました。
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Wow, dude.
Look at Lupita.
It was a G.I. Jane joke. Keep my wife.
G.I. ジェーンのジョークだったんです。
I'm going to, okay?
Okay. So you saw it. Apparently, and if you look at the very first video, Will Smith seemed to be laughing at the joke. And the joke was about Jada Pinkett, if you haven't seen, has a very short haircut. Right? She's cut her hair almost bald, and it was revealed late last or sometime this year that she has alopecia. Right? Will, who seemed to be laughing at the joke initially, if you look at Jada's face, she did not seem to think it was funny. And then at that point, the laughter stopped. You saw Will Smith then walk up on the stage and was like, uh-oh. That sounded like familiar, like, uh-oh. Right? And then he walked up to the stage as Chris Rock was literally in the middle of doing his comedy show. And he got, I thought it was a punch, but it was apparently a slap across the face. He walked back. Will he basically grabbed his nuts and walked back to his seat and sat back down in the front row. And it basically said, and Chris Rock looked like he was about to cry. He really did. His eyes was wet. But he also was like, it almost felt like, well, now, like, you know how your mama whoop you and then be like, now shut up and do something before I tell you something, before I give you something to cry about. Now, I gotta ask y'all, because we were talking about this earlier, and somebody said the consequences. I don't really think that there are. So let's back up. Let me put a bow on this story, because I was going to ask you who should apologize and was Will wrong. We're going to get into all of that. Apparently, Chris Rock approached Will Smith after and apologized. I think I read someone else say that he has gone before, that Chris Rock has gone in on Jada before. So my question is, first of all, Will Smith defending his wife, right or wrong, first of all? If he felt his wife was physically, or not physically, but verbally assaulted on TV. Now, I don't want to use verbally assaulted. She got joned on TV and did not like the joke. Now, the joke was not a joke because she really does have alopecia. And because I know people with alopecia, it is a serious, they feel a certain way. It's a it's just like somebody taking your self-conscious and putting it on blast. At the same time, he is a comedian.
You ever seen G.I. Jane?
Yep.
So I think if people seen G.I. Jane, like, she looked like G.I. Jane when she shaved her head off. Like, Chris Rock ain't say, oh, she looked terrible. He said, I love Jada, G.I. Jane. It seemed like that was an off-the-cuff joke. Chris Rock is a comedian. It was funny to some people. I understand why some people don't think it's funny. Did the joke cause Will Smith to get up and slap him? No. There's a lot more underlying stuff going on.
Okay. So was Chris the trigger?
Yes.
Okay. So knowing everything that we know about Will Smith, or don't know about Will Smith, because I think sometimes we think we know these celebrities, or we know who they are because we've seen them on TV and we see them in the movies and we've loved them since the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I feel like, so if we know that could potentially, so if Will had a mental health breakdown, is what you're saying. I'm saying he had time today, in my estimation. So maybe I had time today is a new word for a mental health breakdown, but there was space and opportunity, and I think Chris Rock picked the wrong day, and he got it. Right or wrong, it's like, I feel like a lot of times you take a chance when you be testing people. You take a chance.
He's a comedian. You're sitting at the front row of the Oscars.
Okay.
He's a comedian.
Got it. Right or wrong? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Do you think he thought he was defending his wife in his honor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, 100% from
everything,
from a long history of feeling emasculated. And you know me, and sometimes y'all think physical is that's the last resort. That's the only way y'all feel like y'all got power sometimes, is trying to lay hands on folks.
Well, I think that is the challenge for black men. Because I always say, remember when I was saying, is physical, like, do we only have physical to rely on? I do feel like there is a physical component to it. And so when's enough? Is there a moment when the world has to say, okay, time out, we done did the Will and Jada too much? Or was that his like, okay, keep it up, stop, I've had enough. I've had enough.
You ever seen Will Smith slap that reporter that kissed him?
No.
Okay, so
he's a slapper.
I mean, yes. But if just look, it's a clip of this reporter kissing Will Smith.
I feel like I remember this.
And Will Smith slapped him. And so I think there's just been a long history of people trying Will Smith.
And so
based on the image that he has tried to put out.
And so I think they found out today that image, Chris Rock at least found out that image wasn't it. Or so is this the moment where Will is like, you know what, you know the moments when like the shorty turned into the he ain't Lil Ray no more. He like, my name Lil Murder.
Yeah.
Is this Will's Lil Murder? Like, you think anybody gonna test Will again?
Yes.
Who?
Somebody that want to check. Somebody that want to check.
All right, give us a call, 872-259-7474. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Will Smith, was he defending his family or was he dumb? See, I feel like Will, like, again, it's like that moment when you be like, what is the consequence? I could fight the case. And I think he knew Chris Rock wasn't going. I mean, because you, like, the reality is you can't get slapped on national TV and then go sue. Because then you become the snitch, the chick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Chris Rock couldn't sue after that. I feel like Chris Rock either needed to swing back right there, or should he have not swung back and just took it?
You see somebody walking up on you like that, I don't think you should just stand there.
I think he didn't think. I think it goes to the page of it's Will Smith. Parents just don't understand. Me and my friend, they said Chris Rock got to go live with his auntie and uncle in Bel Air. Man, I saw some of the most hilarious jokes coming up out of that. But I guess my question is, who was right, who was wrong? At what point do you say, okay, I've had enough? Like, can we agree that Will and Jada have been on the skewer at least since the entanglement? Now, you know, people is like, why you ain't go slap August Alsina? They said, I bet you wouldn't have stolen 50 Cent like that. So was it a calculated risk? Did he say, it's Chris, this is my chance? Or was he just finally at his point? Like, do you think he would have had the same mental breakdown if it was like, let's just say, I bet you he wouldn't have did it. Like, I bet you he wouldn't have got that close to Jay.
I think the totality of it has to be taken into consideration. Like on the break, how we talked about him channeling his inner Richard Williams. Like, I think all of that.
Oh, was it a method moment?
Yeah, I think all of this factors in to the whole idea of him feeling like he has not been protecting his family.
Right, because y'all be talking about the dude at the dress. Y'all be tearing Will up.
Him and his wife, they tear themselves up.
How they tear themselves up?
They the ones that told they put out the business.
They thought everything was all good. You know, y'all in this millennial world think y'all could do anything. They just, black folks got them funny values. Right? We got funny values. We be like, we might do it, but we don't want to know you doing it. Right? And so I'm just saying, like, the whole August Alsina, I just feel like
all of that factors into this.
So do they deserve the ridicule that they get? Because they told everybody?
No, I don't I don't believe in people suffering in that way. And obviously, there's some suffering going on. Like, obviously, Will got some stuff going on in his inside of his head and his heart.
He got, because y'all keep talking about him. Y'all keep calling his wife a hoochie. And you basically, he felt like you about to kick it off again. You think I'm finna be sitting right, y'all finna come right here on my joint while I'm sitting here on my biggest night of my life, and y'all finna go talk about my wife? That's what y'all finna do?
If you wouldn't have told me what the joke was about, I would have put money that it was about August Alsina and Will sleeping with him.
Will sleep with August Alsina?
My bad.
Oh, God. No. Take a break.
Freudian slip.
Okay. Shoot. Maybe not.
I mean, Jada and August Alsina.
We don't know. It could have been everybody. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:33 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report. As we head over to the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop is 30 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare 24 minutes. Or the Edens inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange would be 36 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 29. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop will be 38 minutes. 31 minutes back out to Thorndale. While the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 45 minutes. Outbound 29. The Bishop Ford is 36 minutes. I-80 to the Dan Ryan. 26 minutes back out to I-80, while the Dan Ryan now is 21 minutes to the Loop, 13 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive, everything is still locked in at 8 minutes in both directions, north and south. Today's weather, it is still currently 27 but sunny. Today will be a high of 32 with a low of 23. I'm Riis the Ruler here on The Maze Jackson Show.
Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Riis the Ruler, Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding. So go on, make my payments. Ha 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 ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them ha 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 ha. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it ha 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 ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them ha 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 ha. Look, and check it out. First drug lord was President Nixon. Oval Office was the trap house where he was tipping. Got the drugs from Nicaragua and gave us crack. Declared war on blacks. Man, tell him to cut the check and tried to make it seem like a revolution. CIA was the corner boys for distribution. We could tear this country in half for retribution. But I'd rather get some restitution, so tell him to cut the check. John Singleton, man, he already told y'all. He broke it down for you when he made Snowfall. They locked us all up and created whole laws. So send a message like a cold call. Tell them to cut the check. Look, we built this city. We built this city. Back, put this country together and gave him hella aid. Lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Over 400 years. Been punching the clock, but yeah, we still ain't got paid. Look, they paying the immigrants. They paid the Jews. Executive orders, man, they made the rules. I want my 40 acres. You can save the mule. Cause as of right now, we getting played for the fool. Look, for sterilization, Tuskegee experiment. Rosewood, Japanese internment. Come on. Was all paid out from the government. We waiting on our turn. We definitely earned it. So make my payment. Ha, 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 ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations. Make them ha, 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 ha. Not no SBA loans. Just run the bread. Make it ha, 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 ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations. Make them ha, 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 ha. Not no stimulus checks. Just run the bread. Make it ha.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson. That is New Nest. That's the reparations interlude. Shout out to my man Ness. Ruthie, you heard that? You had shout outs in the jam. Hey man, my name come first, dog. What y'all be doing, man? It's like
I'm the chairman.
It's alright. It's okay. One day y'all gonna recognize.
That's what everybody said when they came here, Ruthie. They said, which one made shit? That's the one I want to sit in. Like he was gonna get up magical powers when they sat in the chair. Like everybody came. Which one made chair? Like
oh man, it is happy. I'm back from spring break, y'all. It's me. Back in the seat, back in the building, back in the chair. Ruthie Moore, DJ Riis, the rule is 7:30. Will, right or wrong, people, y'all saying Will set us back 50 years. Y'all talking about we can't come back to the Oscars now. I'm going to tell you, somebody told me, I ain't going to say who it was, but somebody said, this why you can't, she said she knew something was going to happen because it was too many black people invited to the Oscars. She said, you know they was in the parking lot drinking.
Oh no!
They was in the parking lot drinking. They done got a little saucy. Hey man, I remember when I was in college. We used to, like, on the nights of the union parties, we would go, like, after school, we get out at 3 o'clock, and then we'd go play Sega Genesis college NCAA football. And then we would all go to the liquor store, and it was 240s for $2.40. So everybody would buy 2 40 ounces and drink. And then by the first 40 ounce, we would be thinking about all the people we was pissed off at all during the week, who we was going to get at the party. And by the time we was through with the second 40, we was running out the door and we was getting to the party. And usually somebody got it.
Let's try to have some Old English.
Old English 800, because that's my brand. Drink it in a 40 ounce, quarter or can. Then we did St. Ides for a minute, but St. Ides was horrible. I mean, that was just, like, we was trying to drink the St. Ides after Boys in the Hood because Ice Cube. Man, St. Ides was horrible. Does anybody remember Crazy Horse, though? Because when Crazy Horse came out, and that Crazy Horse, they took Crazy Horse off the shelf because people was going, like, I think people was, like, Will Smith looked like he was off some Crazy Horse. Now, Crazy Horse, you would have made a fist. And I got to say, Will, what's with the slap stuff? Like, I know that's like, that when you slap somebody, that's like it's one of two things. Either you bit snitching them or you a snitch. Right? Like, I don't know a lot of dudes that's slapping mugs. They slap you because they treating you like a snitch.
I told you Will slapped that one reporter man.
Because he got
the slap in his blood.
The slap. He ain't got the punch in his blood. So see, that's part of what made him go up there. See, I almost feel like you went up there and you slapped Chris Rock. I had way more. Once I realized it was a slap, I was like, oh, dog, no. Like, if he would have stole on him, I would have felt much different. The fact that he went up there and slapped him, and I mean, he slapped him like, he should have came back with the back at least.
That was a good follow-through.
I mean, because Chris was like, it's like if it was a fight, it would have been one of them spit fly fight. You know how when they take them, it would have been spit flying. But Will Smith, right or wrong, was he defending his wife's honor? I don't think it was staged. I really don't. I don't think they would have cut the sound. Like, I think, did you see, like, the pictures of the people's faces in the audience was like that Nicole Kidman picture was like, she had all them diamonds on, like, it was her. All right, y'all. And is this reflect on black people? They trying to be like, Will Smith done set us back 50 years. Will Smith ain't been with the black people. Let me stop.
Ain't got nothing to do with us. I still think Will should have been removed. He should not have been allowed to stay
even
there.
if he was the best actor. They knew he was finna win the best.
If you do something that unhinged, you should not be allowed to sit there.
So Tennille got it right though. Will Smith was partying it up last night. Like they got pictures of him everywhere, kicking it like, yeah. Hey man, I'm just saying. I remember we used to fight, and when we get through fighting, we'll be at the party kicking it. We didn't really lose, but like if you won, you supposed to be at the party. Like, who gonna check me, boo? Like I feel like Will Smith. Like, what's the consequence? What's the consequence? If they didn't put him out, because I just don't think they knew what to do. They just didn't know what to do. Nobody knew what to do. I mean, Chris Rock couldn't even. He was like, "We're here to give away a documentary." Man, did you see Puffy afterwards? Oh God! All right, give us a call 872-259-7474. Right, wrong, Will Smith. Who was right? Who was wrong? Does he have to apologize? Did he set black people back? What do you think about Will Smith smacking Chris Rock on the Oscars? I bet Kevin Hart glad he wasn't there. Go ahead, caller. Riis, give me a call. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
This is Rogers. How you doing?
What's
family?
Up? Whoa! Rogers! Rogers came back to claim Ruthie. What's up, Rogers?
Yeah. That little fine fox.
And she little bitty too, Ruth.
Fast fox.
She said fine. Yeah, he said fine fox.
I saw her. I saw her.
Where you see her at, Rogers?
Yes, I saw her. Yes. You know what supposed that happened there? He would have never had no more taste in his mouth if that'd been my wife.
Who? You talking about Chris Rock wouldn't have had no more taste?
Chris Rock?
You would have, if it was Ruthie and he said that, you would have went up there and slapped the taste stuff. Would you have slapped him, Rogers, or would you have punched him?
Oh, I'd have punched him.
Right. See,
he would have never had no more taste buds.
That's what I'm talking about, Rogers. You protect our Ruthie.
Look here, let me tell you, you can't say nothing about a black man's woman or wife. And when you say something about a black man's woman or wife, I would have punched him. I wouldn't have slapped him. Because he wouldn't have had no taste in his mouth. He's been walking around tasteless from now on.
Tasteless and teethless. That's what I say, Rogers.
But he would have had to buy him some false teeth from then on. Because he wouldn't have had no teeth in his mouth. He would have been teethless from now on. He would have been going to the doctor to get him some false teeth.
That's what I'm saying.
Reason I hadn't called you, I've been traveling everywhere.
You've been traveling everywhere. You got a passport, Rogers?
Yeah, I got a passport. I got one, but I've been everywhere.
Where you been, Rogers?
I've been to Los Angeles. I've been to the Bigfoot country. You don't know what Bigfoot country is, do you?
What's Bigfoot country, Rogers?
Mississippi.
Oh, Mississippi.
Alabama.
I be nervous around them, Rogers. I be like, they trying to put us back on the plantation, man.
Oh, no. Don't believe that. The peoples down there get along a whole lot better than they do here.
So you look, Rogers.
I've been
how's that pension coming, Ruth? I'm just checking for Ruthie. How's the pension?
Oh, yeah. Got a big fat one.
Please cut.
Rogers, we appreciate you calling, man. We missed you. We gonna give Ruthie some cooking lessons, and we gonna be all good. All right, anybody else on that live line? Give us a call 872-259-7474. Right or wrong, Will Smith or not? Should he have stole on him? Rogers said he would have knocked the teeth out of his mouth. I'm just saying, you take a chance dissing a man's wife while he's sitting right there. Remember on my favorite song. Hold on 1 second, caller. Remember on 5 Heartbeats? And he was like, every night I got to prove my love. And he got up and had to fight. Talk to me, caller. Who was right? Who was wrong?
Okay, first let me say this. Good morning, Ruthie. Good morning, team.
What's up, James?
Maze. First of all, I want to say this before I, bring the real me out. I think that was a very low moment for black people. I really think so. I just wish them brothers could find another way to handle that situation. Because, I mean, imaging is everything, and we have enough imaging issues, and the whole world is watching us, you know. And I just feel like that was a low moment. I mean, Will Packer, executive producer, it was nothing but black people behind the scenes that put this show on. So I felt like it should have been done. It should have been done better than that, man. We have to do better. Now, if that was me, and I was Chris Rock on that damn stage, ain't no way in hell we'd have tore that damn stage up. First of all, the whole disrespect, I like May said, I'd rather you punch me than slap me. His wife and kids was in the audience. And can you imagine sitting there and watch your daddy getting slapped?
Yes.
Now, you know, look, man, I mean, Will and Jada, you know, they have put their business is out there. And I don't know if Chris knew about her illness. I'm sure if he was aware of her illness, I don't think he'd have made fun of her illness. But I just feel like maybe Will had a mental breakdown. I don't know, but I know goddamn well he wouldn't have made it back to that seat. They went to commercials. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So look, they went to commercials, and I guarantee you, if that was Bill Maher and Will would have did that, Will would have been walking out of their handcuffs. But goddamn it, we'd have tore that damn stage up. Ain't no way in hell you gonna slap me in front of the goddamn world. It's not gonna happen. So that's the way I see it.
That's James Big Slim Davis. Okay, so I have seen something like that happen. Like I've seen when somebody don't want. Vince Bass is saying that he slapped him because he knew he didn't want to hurt his hand. And he knew once Chris Rock wasn't defending himself that he didn't want to really, really hurt him. Yeah, I just think that you got a slapping tendency, dog. And you got to slap. I don't know, man. So I feel two ways. I feel like, yeah, he's a comedian. And you remember in not Chris Rock, when Mike Tyson said, everybody got to play until you get a punch in the mouth. I feel like I think as a comedian, you take a chance taking shots at people. Because somebody might not go for it.
Not at the Oscars.
Why? Because Oscars so white? We can't show our butt in front of white people?
No, the joke was not even from Chris Rock's standpoint. Maybe it was just a G.I. Jane joke. I could see if Chris Rock was joking about, you know, them being Scientologists or something. Goodness gracious. But again, you never know what people's triggers are.
I forgot, Will. That's what I'm saying. You be talking smack and you never know. Like, here's my thing. You got to be ready. Like,
yeah.
If
that was Kanye West, they would have arrested him. He wouldn't even made it to the stage. Did Chris Rock think Will was coming up there to shake his hand or something?
I thought it was
Are there no security protocols in place?
You know what I thought, though? I thought he was going up there to be like, you know how
Will take the mic and say something like, oh,
yeah, like, hey man, don't be playing with, like, I really did not think he was gonna steal him. And even when he was like, whoa, here he go, like, I really thought, and even after it happened, it was only after they cut the mics that I realized it was real. Then I played it back and I was like, hold on. I don't know, man. I think I don't know that Chris Rock should have been manhandled. But I do think you take a chance talking about somebody's family. Comedian or not. Right? If it was Suge, would he have said it? He might have. And Suge might not have done nothing because he should. Right? I think, but what... You remember me ever talking about people taking advantage of socially awkward situations? Mm-hmm. That was a case of Chris Rock relying on unconventional rules and taking advantage of awkward moment, and the person didn't go.
I disagree. I think because of what I perceive to be the level of the joke, it was not even that bad. It was way more to it. Will was just out of control. And Chris Rock should not have
got the brunt of it.
Chris Rock should not have been unprotected, in my opinion, on the stage. Meaning, if it don't say in the agenda that somebody's supposed to be walking up on the stage, then security should be bum rushing them.
But ain't he above?
If the agenda don't say that somebody's supposed to be walking up on this stage, I know they have protocols in place.
Dang. So let me ask a question. So you really don't think that? Do you think that if it were not two black men? Let me ask a question. If the comedian was white, they wouldn't have made it onto that stage. You don't think? Do you think Will would have took a whack at
Hecky no.
Really?
Hecky no.
So now, is that because he felt that?
I think Will Smith felt like Chris Rock broke the code, whatever the perceived code that he thought that they had.
So that's what I was going to ask. So who broke the code? Chris Rock, or did Will Smith break the code?
Each of them is going to say that each other broke it.
I think Chris Rock, though, has already apologized.
Chris Rock is a comedian.
He like, I tell jokes. I didn't know I was going to get my ass whooped for this.
He tell jokes like that's what he knew.
Are there comedians that you be like, hey, cuz, ain't no, you better tell a joke to somebody else. I ain't the one today. Like, okay. He didn't cancel him. All right, give us a call, 872-259-7474. Who was right, who was wrong, and what should be the outcome? Chris Rock was slapped. Ruthie, that slapping thing, I don't know. Vince, I feel you on the not trying to hurt him, but I think when you got slap tendencies, you talking about you don't want to hurt your hand. You got wrist issues too, but I'll let that be. Hey, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Caller?
Yo, what's good with it though?
Devo, what's up, dog? Good to see you. Good to hear you, man. I was glad to see you on Saturday. Tell DJ I got a box for him.
Hey, for sure, man. Welcome back, man. What's up, Ruthie? What's up, Riis? Hey, man. Hey, bro. It was a bad look for everybody. It was really a bad look for the culture in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna turn around and be like, you know, the kids need to figure out a better way for conflict resolution. You know what I'm saying? The man tell jokes. You ain't like the jokes. You ain't smack you. So now you gonna smack everybody when they make an August joke. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should have smacked yourself when you went on the round table and you was doing all that crying and whining. You should have smacked yourself then. You know what I'm saying? So it's a slippery slope, bro. Because you always gotta handle your business. Okay, fine. So now what? You know what I'm saying? Chris said he ain't gonna press charges, so he holding his own on that. But when them people come back and take their little award back from you, then what? Now you gonna be looking like a goofy, and then you gonna start crying again. So you know what I'm saying? Like we'll just be gathering L's, bro. Will gathers L's like no other brother, dog. He gathers L's all the time. And the crazy thing is, a lot of time it's over that wife of his, bro. She put him in an L receiving position all the time. So I don't know if he's defending her.
So should somebody go jump on Jada? What's the deal?
No, bro, no. I'm just saying, like, y'all stop putting your business out there, and then that give people less ammunition to come at you. Then you would have had something to stand on. But no, I didn't know she did. I didn't know she had alopecia, and it looked like her eyebrows was on there. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, who knows, bro? You know, like Chris Rock is a comedian. Hey, you know, it's an inappropriate joke. Okay, fine. You know, you keep your hands to yourself, especially if you're gonna be on camera, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, G's moving silence, but we'll be collecting L's, bro. It's gonna be some blowback behind this, and you know, it just wasn't a good look. And then look, this is all we talking about today. You know what I'm saying? Black on black violence. You know what I'm saying?
No, we talking about conflict resolution. Stop it, Devin. Use the positive.
Right,
we are talking about conflict resolution and what we can learn from this, so that, because I'm trying to find out at what age do you stop fighting. So I'm just trying to get some understanding.
I mean, you always got to be. I mean, I think you always need to be able to defend yourself, and no option should be taken off of the table, because you never know. But at the same time, man, it's a lot of brothers that's in the pen, locked up, defending. You know, they perceive disrespect over their woman, so you gotta pick and choose your battles. And I don't think this one was the battle. You know. Because like I said, now all week, you just going to go around slapping everybody, because you really going to get all the jokes now. You know, then you got to then started crying again. Like, I mean, bro, like, Chris, you said Chris welled up, but Will actually got up there and started crying. Then was backstage hugging on them people. Like, bro, like,
let me tell you, hold on. Let me ask a question. So let me ask this, though, because, you know, me and Carrie was watching last night, and did y'all see when Will got off the stage, the white woman who took the 20-second hug? Did y'all see that? I was like, where Jada at now?
Yes.
Where Jada at now? I was like, oh.
You know, Cause she probably don't show Will public affection like that, because you know she's so hard. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't want to, bro. It's not a good look. You can't put people in these positions, man. Maybe, you know, Chris shouldn't have cracked the joke, but Will shouldn't have handled it that way. Hey, bro, man, I'm gonna holler at you when I win my award. Hey, man, everybody gonna fall up off me. Chris, I'm gonna come holler at you and walk off the stage. That's all he had to say. But he took the opportunity to react in an emotional way. He was still emotional when he got the award and started crying. Will is an emotional dude. He's being emasculated.
Tennille said that what's her name did a joke about them right before before Chris. What's up, girl? The black girl, the black lady, not Wanda, the other one. Regina Hall.
I wasn't watching. I wasn't watching until Regina my wife started
screaming. What?
See? He didn't run up on Regina.
Now let me ask that's pretty interesting though, that Will Smith didn't run up on nobody. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We gonna keep this conversation going. We got calls up there. Give us a call, 872-259-7474.
So y'all do know, so this is not just last night, August I seen on that. They had beef back in 2016. In 2016 when they boycotted it and everything, Chris Rock was making jokes about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, you know, they boycotting. They was like, imagine Jada Pinkett boycotting it. Don't you work on a TV show? Like, you know, like Jada Pinkett, the boy, not Oscars is like me not going to a Rihanna party. I just wasn't invited. And then he started making jokes. So they already had been, you know what I'm saying, going up. So it's like, imagine you in a feud with somebody and they say, oh man, I'm gonna take this opportunity and crack a joke. And you know we not cool. And you like, you listening? You know what I'm saying? We not cool. It's been going back. Boom. And now you're going to come up there and make a joke. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to laugh it off, but my wife like, nah. So I got to go and check you now. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't last night. It wasn't no breakdown. They had a crack. He was making jokes about him. It's been 6 years long. My second point, hey, maybe he did smack him because you remember in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Chris Rock was in a dress. He did play in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, so maybe he had a flashback. He was like, you know what? I'm going to slap him. But you can't play with somebody. If I don't mess with you,
are y'all listening to this?
I do not mess with you.
Come on.
You leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Act like I ain't there. Speak cordial. Hey, how you doing? But that's it. I'm not your person to make fun of. I'm not a joke. My wife is not a joke. My kid is not a joke. And
so
I'm
this
check
isn't
you.
something we gotta learn.
And I'm gonna check you right now. And the next person ain't gonna do that. You feel me? I slapped him. And now nobody is gonna do that no more. That's it, though.
I wholeheartedly agree. I could not have communicated it better. If you know I don't mess with you, if you know I don't mess with you, why are you here? And if you and your family know I don't mess with you and you know I don't mess with you, then why you let them on here? Why you let them in the building? Because you know. And so people want to play like they be don't know it because it's convenient. Thank you very much. I appreciate you communicating that. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater. But she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history. All because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gon' tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed. To certain rights, we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narratives. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wilding with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism. 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 Terrorism.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago. No, wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. It is the day after. The day after the slap heard around the world. I really wish he would have punched him. I really do. But I gotta ask, who do you think was right? Who do you think was wrong in the scenario? Sometimes I think people intentionally try to antagonize you. The key becomes who's going to enable them, who's going to empower it. And so I don't know, man. I feel like people think they can get away with it until you have to show them. So I feel like some kind of way, like I think it'd be all fun and games till it ain't all fun and games. And then it ain't fun and games. And now Will Smith gonna be wrong. Cause you wanted to play. So now I'm gonna show you how to play, how I play. And I do think that there was a better way to handle it. I am curious to know what happens. What's the aftermath of this? Because I do think, I don't know if this reflects on black people per se.
Keep that one right away from us.
Right. Like, it's two grown men had a fight. But I do ask the question, like, will Will Smith have done that to a white person? Would he have? And so then what made him feel okay to diss?
I think stuff hit different from different people. Like, it seemed more personal. Like, I think he felt like Chris Rock, another black man.
Who you open the door up to. Y'all fans,
That's what I'm saying. So I think it was just a different level of, because somebody that, if you don't care about somebody, they could say something to you and you'll be like, whatever. But when it hit a little different, you know, that's because you feel like somebody is.
Like they supposed to have some sort of allegiance.
Or like that they breaking the quote unquote code.
Or they playing with you in your face because they know they're in a place where they can just say something to you and you just go,
They're taking advantage of an awkward situation.
Are you listening to this?
And then like when I go off, it's like, oh snap, now I look like the crazy one. But no, like I'm telling you, no, he said it in the place where he can and go up there. I'm a comedian. I can make a joke. You know what I'm saying? It don't Ruthie.
But you can. You a comedian. You can go on stage and make a joke.
Hey, it's a million people in there, yo. You know we into it. Like you know that we on a casual. Just we in the same building. We just speak. You know what I'm saying? You know, be professional. You know that's the level we already discussed that we're on. So at this level, it's no joke. I don't make no jokes about you. I don't talk about you. And let's leave it as grown people just like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you gonna bring my wife into it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a certain level of disrespect. You know, like man, it's 1,000 other people. And then if you're gonna make a joke, at least make a good one. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know, don't try to look at her bald head, G.I. Jane. You know what I'm saying?
He did not say that.
That's what she was bald head. That's the same thing. That's the same thing. If I call you Pookie, then you know you think that they a crackhead. So that's the same thing. G.I. Jane, you don't play with him. And listen, man. It's certain people. Like you said, it hit different. It came from him. We're already into it. So you know how if you already have a ill will between people, once they can say anything, you say, dude, I told you we not cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to be cool. I'm in my space. You get in your space. But then you know, antagonize me. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm wrong. But I bet you won't. And now you won't say nothing. Now you understand, you know what I'm saying, like how we are now. You know, was it a little crazy? Yeah, probably a little crazy on live TV. But sometimes I got to. But sometimes, now you hear me, though. Now you hear me. You know what I'm saying? I said it nicely at first, and you was like, but now you hear me. And I don't got to ever say it to you again.
Or now you finna have to say it to 1 million people because you done just exposed your trigger.
Nah, see, but that's what it's not. That's not a trigger. Somebody else could have came in, like how Tennille said. Somebody else could have made a joke about that. All right, that's cool. Regina, oh, you so funny. Then you come, oh snap, well, since they cracking on them, you know, let me go ahead and get my little punch in. You know what I'm saying? But you know that we not cool though. You know that we not cool. So don't take your swing, G. I'm not cool with you. Keep it moving. Holla at somebody else in the crowd. Leave my people about this. We had a discussion already. We ain't cool 6 years ago. Come on, man. Come on, man. And now he wrong. No, he was on cold. That's the only energy I got for my wife. He was on cold. I talked to you already.
You say Will was on cold?
Will was on cold. He was on cold. You disrespect my wife. You disrespect my wife. This is the code I'm on. Point back. I'm her protector. If I let some fool that we into up there talking about her bad mouthing her, how do I look? You know what I'm saying? How do I look? If it's a comedian and we know funny, come up there like he making a real funny joke. But if you know that we got bad blood, man, I don't know if that's a joke or you trying to take a jab. You know what I'm saying? I just rather you and me just act like we exist but not exist. You know what I'm saying? Like be cordial. Hey, how you know? Hey, you know, like everybody in the room. Hello, everybody. I spoke to everybody. But you start making it directly towards me, and you know we not cool. Like, come on, man. Like we gotta nah. All right, listen, come. All right, boom, slap. It's over, man. Come on, man.
Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I just want you to be clear. These rules are not hard to understand.
It's contextual.
No, it's not contextual.
Yes, it is. It's contextual.
If we don't get down, leave me and mine alone. If you me and mine and you know we don't get down, then and you get down wherever you want, you say, fam, you know dude don't get down with you. You know we don't get down like that. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you we gonna talk after. You got something you wanna say? Call me after. Call me on my personal phone. Don't call me on dude line. Don't call me on dude line. Like we could be cool all day long, fam. I ain't trying to be in the middle of that. Right? I know dude petty. But you call me on my personal phone. Don't call me on his shit. Cause you putting me in a crazy place. And now he gonna be looking at me like, Dad, you ain't know we wasn't cool? You ain't understand? What was you confused about? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. We know what the code is. We choose when we want to exercise it. We choose when we want to be smart enough to exercise it. Go to the live line. It's the Maze Jackson Show. 872-259-7474. Context does matter. I'm with you. Go ahead.
Good morning, family. It's Ballhead.
What's up, Ballhead?
Listen here. First of all, I'm gonna tell you what they were drinking in the parking lot. That boy had him a little bit of Cisco. Okay, that's what they had.
Ooh, Cisco. Did you say? Oh, Cisco. Oh yeah, Cisco. Cisco do it to you.
That's that liquid crack. That was the boys were drinking. Now that's what they took that off the market. Now the other thing is, back in the day, you went to the comedy show. You sat on the front row. You got lit. If you was out of order, you got lit. Them people busy, she around here sleeping with everybody. Your woman out here, you know what's going on. It's funny, gee. You got roasted on the front row. You supposed to now the thing is, you supposed to sit in the seat and say, hey, playtime is over. Don't get up and slap that man. He was out of order. He was cracking him laughing. His wife looked at him and said, don't laugh no more. Now he got an attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Can I say this? I do. So can I, and Ballhead, thank you for your call. So can I tell you something? I've been in situations where I don't think it's that bad, right? I'd be like, oh, shake it off. And then you see somebody that you know, love, and care about hurt, or drop a tear, or feel deflated, and you watching somebody do it, and you recognize that they did it, and this is a person you love, you be like, man, I'll do whatever. Like, it was funny. That hurt you, baby? Oh, well then, there it is. Here go the lick. We into it. You into it? That bothered you, baby? We into it. I'm into it. Fam, you either need... Now, I probably wouldn't have stolen. I'd be like, but fam, you ain't finna be up here talking crazy. I'm gonna need you to... Hey, I would have probably screamed out like, hey, Joe, don't get your ass whooped up here.
And that's one of them instances of your wife sending you off.
Okay. And I'm going to say, I would say, you don't know when something is going to hurt someone. Right?
Yeah,
and
but
sometimes
I'm going to need Will to, if Jada in fact was like, then I'm going to need Will to have more self-control.
Or unless they was like, it was calculated and they was like, we got enough money, we could fight the case. Take care of my life. Let me ask y'all a question. Do you think there would be fights with men if there weren't women? I think there would be, but I think they'd be a lot less. And they go a lot shorter. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. What role did Jada have? Did she say, should she supposed to say, sit down, Will? Come here. Don't you go up there acting a fool. Or did she feel like her honor was defended? Did she, you know what I'm saying? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Because I do feel like a good woman won't let you get to that point. Like, even if it is, she'll be like, let's bounce. Right? Let's ride out. Let's go. Because I don't want you to, because I do realize what could happen. And these people are set up to do this thing. But some days y'all be like, let's ride. Some days it be like, just me and my girlfriend. Like 06 Bonnie and Clyde. All I need in this life is sin. Is me and my girlfriend.
Not over G.I. Jane.
G.I. What if he would say G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip?
It's not that. It's the history between them, yo. Somebody else could have made the joke.
And Will wouldn't. And Will would have sat there
because we cool, we friends. I know it's a joke, but if we already had beef, that explains. Me and you are. It's no reason why you should be even making a joke about me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I be trying to say. Like it's.
I get it.
You know, just just be cool, man. You in your space.
She might have said don't be mad. Chris and I had an entanglement too.
Dude.
He was like, all my life. Okay, let's go to the live line. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. Who was right? Who was wrong? And how should this thing end? Caller?
Hey, buddy. How you doing, man?
Hey, Deacon Quarles. How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. Listen, I had to look at the thing from a couple different perspectives. One, from the code perspective, they both were off. One, you already know, or you should have known, that this woman had some kind of condition, okay? Some things should be off limits when it comes to jokes. Okay, I get it. You're a comedian. That's what you do. Okay, I get that. That's number one. Number two, if you already know that you and this guy ain't along like that, okay, maybe I shouldn't, because I've heard Chris Rock several times in the past, Jada. I'm like, really? Come on, somebody else. Number three, Will, as a man, and don't get me wrong now, I'm not saying he should not have defended his wife, but the method he used was improper for the situation, for that particular thing. You see what I'm saying? If he was physically doing something to Jada, I'm going to tell you off. Okay? But a verbal thing, you could have sat there in the audience and said what you said. That would have been cool. But to get up and go through that whole physical thing, now, not only have you, to me, now it's just me, you are told, number one, and number two, you don't let the whole world say, see how I told you, you see what I'm saying? So now, especially you in a position or you a public figure, all your business is out there. I don't care what you and Jada do to who you do it to and how many times you do it and whatever reason. That's your business. But for us, as a people, like I said before, we should not be putting our dirty laundry out there, number one, for the whole world to see. And number two, if you already know that this brother's right, whatever the condition is, that should have been off limits. I'm just saying. Now, so far as the slap or a punch, I'd rather you draw blood from me. If draw blood, right. Now I have Riis. You know what I'm saying? The slap from the book of Pimpology, slap a H-O, punch a J-O. I'm just saying. So I don't get why they did what they did. We have anger issues as black men, especially if you work for the CTA, I guess. But anyway, I'm just whole nother topic. But you know, they were both off code. That's in my opinion.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right. Thank you, Deacon Quarles. I do think if you know you got beef with a dude, then you probably shouldn't even reference his wife. Because no matter how it goes, you're going to lose. I would just say that, just as a point of reference. So if me and you got beef and my wife is in the vicinity, don't say nothing about her. Don't even look over in that direction. You can direct it all to me. But the moment you go that way, now you done stepped into a whole nother, what, you a man talking crazy about a woman? That's what you gonna do. And so now you saying, you putting a double issue, because now you making me be like, first of all, you a man talking crazy to a woman, and then second of all, now you talking to my woman. So you saying F me too.
Does the art of comedy not matter in this?
I don't think it does.
I think it does. This goes into cancel culture.
I don't think this is a cancel culture moment.
This goes into the whole idea of cancel culture and people not being able to say anything anymore.
I can feel you. And here's what I would say. I would say that in a room full of white folks, I probably could find more white jokes than black ones.
That joke was not race-based. It was...
I got you.
It was probably off the cuff.
I got you.
It speaks to his comedic timing.
I got you.
He a comedian.
Ruthie, I got you on all of that. I got you on all of that. And sometimes the job that you have gets you in trouble. Sometimes it's the risk of the job. I feel like you could tell a joke about anybody and somebody could send a deck up. I'm sure there's many a comedian that have gotten their ass whooped because they did not pick the right person in the audience, or they picked the wrong person in the audience. I'm not saying that it was right. I'm not gonna go as far as saying it was right. I'm going to say that when you offend, and I don't know that Chris Rock went in intentionally to offend. I think he was being a comedian. I'll give you that. And I'm saying I give you that. But I have told jokes before that the person who was the recipient didn't take it as a joke. Now, maybe they didn't have the wherewithal to impact me. So they laughed it off, or they went home and cried, or they did whatever they did. But there are times when people like, man, I would agree with you, Ruthie, that he had a That was a culmination. And it was a safe repository to let that frustration out. Because you can hit Chris Rock and you, like, if he would have did that to Jay-Z, trust me, security would have foo-fopped his ass. And Jay would have been like, I got a few dollars. I could fight the case too. But I also think that the women, I think Jada had a role in this. I think you pointed out something like, have you ever been in a space where somebody may have have offended your woman, and she could amp it or she could de-escalate it, and if she amp it, you gonna lose, and if she de-escalate it, you can get out with your pride and your courage and live to fight another day. I've been in plenty of situations where the chick is like, you gonna let him talk to me like that? He's 7'2". You gonna let him? It's 12 of them. Can we just walk to the car? You ain't finna do, sis. Okay, I got you, and I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this beat down. But I think Jada had a role in that too. But it'd be interesting. Wait. So I don't know. Oh, you said the Mayor Lightfoot want to get me? Okay, if Amy roll, look, if Amy roll up on me, I'm gonna tell you what.
She justified though.
No, she ain't.
How?
Okay.
How Sway?
I didn't write the song.
How Sway?
I didn't write the song. I talk politics.
Oh, come on, Sway.
No, let me say this. If I saw Amy, first of all, she ain't. If I see her walking, I'm squaring up. If I see Amy, like, I'm squaring up, or I'm gonna call my girl and be like, "Look, you know I'm doing this joint." But let me tell you what I wouldn't do. Let me tell you what I would not do though. I would not have Amy and the mayor sitting next to each other at the NAACP Awards, and I'm hosting, and I'd be like, so how about that 12 inches? Amy, what do you think? Right?
No. Because to me that level of joke is not the same.
Amy, and she got the biggest look.
G.I. Jane is not equivalent to that. There are levels to jokes, and I just didn't think that joke warranted a slap.
So if I was like, hey, Laurel and Hardy, tall and short, tall and skinny.
Okay, say something about the leprechaun thing.
Yep, leprechaun. Ha ha ha, Lucky Charms.
And Amy like, oh.
Let me tell you what I wouldn't do though. I wouldn't do it. Now, I ain't gonna be no punk, but I'd be like, cause we're here tonight on this thing, I'm gonna be respectful. Let me tell you what, I probably would tell height jokes. I probably would tell City of Chicago jokes.
You gonna tell leprechaun jokes. And this just happened to be the day where Amy and Lori ain't going.
Well, guess what though? It ain't ending the same way. It's not ending the same way. I'm just letting you know. Even if I got to avoid the situation, it won't end like that. It will not end like that. If I got to walk off, if I got to walk away, if I see them coming and I recognize, I'm going to be like, security, you better get your girl now.
Better take that check, man. Listen, if I see them walking up on me, I'm walking forward, turning my. What side you want?
No, I. You know what? I don't. The check don't. I got my own money, so I'm not looking for that. Like, mine is gonna be on principle. And the fact of the matter is, and it wouldn't be that I'm scared to say it, Madam Mayor. It's just I'm going to be respectful of you and your title in this closed environment. And I would be very honest and be like, y'all know me and the mayor don't get along, but because we here tonight, we gonna get together. Shout out to 6'4" and 4'6". Right? I'd be telling jokes. 6'4", 4'6", that's a joke. Tall and short. Right? Like, you'd be like, you could stack two of y'all together and y'all, right?
See, that's why I think that this it goes into cancel culture. And I think that comedians, there's an art to comedy. And granted, this one might get you a mouth shot, but the level of the joke did not warrant him walking up on that stage and slapping that man.
All I'm saying is,
But you never know what people going through.
You don't know. And today, like I always think, like when I look over to the left, right, and I decide whether I'm going to have road rage or not, and one of the determining factors that I have started to do is to say, man, you know what? People are riding around with pistols and stuff, and as much as I'm ticked off, I got to chill. Because you know what? This could be the encounter today. Now, I'm not saying you can't tell nothing, but I do think, like, if you in close quarters, well, I guess the G.I. Jane joke wasn't really that bad, though.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I didn't. No, I think he's going to use the alopecia as an excuse.
He going mental health.
Okay.
Straight
had
up.
a mental. That'd be a good.
That's a blackout. Like
who? Chris who? All right, y'all. We gotta take a quick break, and we'll be back after these messages. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show. You hear me every single day ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Well, finally, y'all, we've got an answer, and it's called the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. That's in the mall at the 55th and the Dan Ryan. And you join us every Saturday where we are taking our politics black. We'll teach you everything you need to know about the game, from how to collect a petition, to how to knock on a door, to even how to become the next mayor of the city of Chicago. That's right, y'all. It is the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth in the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said. This is a black people thing you wouldn't even understand.
Maze Jackson.
I love being black. Do you love being black? Yeah, I love being black. Hey, do this for my people all across the globe. Hey, it's break. The skin I'm in fit me fine, tailor-made, yeah, I'm comfortable. And so it seems I'm still chasing my dreams. They told me, watch my steps, they want to pull the rug from under you. This is transparency, my life 3D. You live every word that I utter, reporting live from the gutter. Where the mind's hard to change, but we don't give up on our brothers and sisters. Cause we all need one another. The time's getting closer, revolution, feel it coming. I can smell it in the air. Inhale it, let it embody you. Because chances are the cops pull you over, they body you. Plus we don't trust each other, so there's just another obstacle. Why jump hurdles to make a change? It ain't optional. Olympian mindset in this booth with my binoculars. I see my vision getting clear. Justice what a prophet do. My music touch the people's soul. Black power gospel tune. So many styles, watch me kick them like they soccer moves. Falling rank and file, this is my platoon. Soldiers at attention, ain't no Willie lynching. This the program. Who they think they kidding? Reinvent the system. Total reconstruction of our mental stigma. This ain't a game, boy. Still they think I'm talking about Nintendos. That's a shame, boy. Augment reality. Better fix your brain, boy. I love my people, hope they love me black. I'm going hard and ain't no holding back. Watch me react. I put my fist up in the skies like a beacon for believers that one day we return to our greatest sin. We seek it all the glory we can obtain it. Keep reaching, keep reaching. I'm painting this picture. I hope you see it. Guess what the theme is? I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud, man. I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey. Well, how about you to sing these tunes too? Customize for you a little something you can groove to. Feeling good about yourself. Melanated mood muse. Always service humble pie. We don't care about who's who. Light brown or dark skin. This right here's for you too. We are the gods of the earth. Living proof truth. Say it loud if you black and proud. I salute you and that's a fact. Where you at? Let me hear you say it back. I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud. Man, I love being black. One more time. I love being black.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, in the building. We got callers on the line. We talking about Will Smith. We got 10 calls, so we're going to run through them. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Callers, I'm going to ask you, because we got so many calls, I'm going to ask you to keep it succinct and to the point. Give it to me. I'm going to try to get you to do it, and don't try to keep your question to a minute or your comment less to a minute or less, because we want to get through them all. All right, caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What you got for me today? Caller?
Hey, good morning, Byron. I got a minute.
Byron, welcome back, man. Welcome back from Brazil, man. Hey, you ain't bring no kids back.
Here.
You ain't bring no kids back with you, buddy.
Kids,
you ain't put nobody.
No kids,
I gotta
kids.
check your suitcases, man. You ain't bring one of them Brazilians back with you. I know how you do, Brian.
No,
I seen you. You had the phone on speaker, so that means you didn't have your hands free.
I learned my lesson from other guys. When they bring them back, they become Americanized and they take all your money. I know the rules.
Keep them. So leave them there. Go ahead.
Will Smith. But Will Smith, I'm just telling you, back in the day, we used to call it signifying, okay? Signifying means we can talk about each other no matter if it's your mama, or your sister, or your brother. You gotta learn to deal with it. You gotta learn to deal with it. And Will Smith knows that you got bad blood with Chris Rock. He knows he's a comedian. I would not show up. Or if you show up and he says something bad that you don't like, you just gotta be able to take it. Now, what if Chris Rock was a Buki and he got slapped? Buki's gonna shoot his ass. I'm just telling you right now. I know you, Maze. You've been fighting all your life. You love to fight. I can tell it. You love to rumble with people. You deserve that respect, right? But things can go wrong when you want that respect. You can get your ass shot. Okay?
You can.
It's like the guy in the CTA on 95th Street. He had no right to shoot that guy, but it's just that the respect. He lost. He figured he was disrespected, and he shot that guy for no reason because you can't shoot nobody in the back. That's not putting your life in danger.
He sure pushed him
All
down.
I'm saying, Maze, yeah, he did push him down, but all I'm saying, but you can't shoot nobody in the back. The rule said you cannot shoot anybody that's walking away from you that's not a threat to you. That's the rule. That's a class. You took the class. I know you took the class. You remember the rule. But this will have to have some kind of control, dude. Don't you remember when you grew up and people signify? The president signified about you, mate, because you were always willing to fight somebody. I can tell it. You were a fighter. Anybody that said anything to disrespect you would get in their face and fight them. Now tell me I'm wrong, Maze. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, I was. It didn't always work out the way I wanted to.
But Riis is the same way. They're from the same problem. I want to say ghetto, but the same rules. You have to have some control because your action is going to determine what you're going to be in the future, either in prison or dead or just someplace else. You gotta have control, and when you have things to lose, you have to think about the things you have that you're gonna lose. Right?
Okay.
You always gotta have control. You gotta have some kind of control. It's just a joke. Who cares? It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't affect your money. Nothing. It's just a respect kind of thing. Laugh it off. I laugh it off all the time when I was signifying. Because I remember this one guy. He wanted to stab me because I was signifying so tough back in the days in high school. He wanted to stab me. I know what I did? Man, we friends, man. Be okay. Then he wanted to stab me.
Okay.
I changed my tune real quick.
There it is.
I know you gotta go. I'll let somebody come on.
Byron, thank you, man. You got to come on back. You the vice president of the phone club. We missed you. We would have had you come in and sit in last week. All right, caller. Next call on the line. What's up? Will Smith, Chris Rock. Who's right? Who's wrong? How do we go from there?
I think as a comedian, you gotta be careful because it ain't gonna go well with everybody, and especially when you're talking about a woman's hair. Jada seems like she's handling it very confidently with her hair condition, but it hurts. It hurts, and you come out there with your husband, and everybody's looking at your bald head and wondering and all of that. It hurts. So he went there, and to me, people go off for those kinds of reasons. A lot of people are dead for those kinds of reasons, even before the all this gun violence stuff. They use a knife or whatever. So you got to be careful. So I think he defended his wife, and now he don't have to worry about nobody else coming with those kinds of jokes about his wife. And that's my opinion.
Thank you, Katie. Okay. That's Katie, president of the phone club and co-chair of the Southwest chapter of the Black People First Party. All right, who else we got on the live line? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson show. Hello? Hey, caller. I hear you with that turn. James say. What's up, James?
Let me break this down. Riis kind of stole my thunder. This has layers to it, bro. It ain't just about Chris Rock and Will Smith. Think about it. It's about Chris Rock and the Oscars. The whole thing took off because Jada Pinkett Smith went on social media blasting the Oscars for not nominating 7 Pounds as one of the best movies of the year. It was either 7 Pounds or the one he did for CTE. I think that's the one it was. The one over the football players getting CTE. He was, you know, he was nominated for an Oscar for that role. Now, when that went down, that's when Chris Rock took the mantle to grab the baton and took off on Will and Jada, talking about Will and Jada ain't here, blah blah blah, whoop-de-whoop. He carried that on. So now, here we go, 2022. He was out of code. Chris was out of code. He already knew, like Riis said, she stole a lot of my thunder. That was bad blood already there. The thing is, a lot of people are missing. If I'm not mistaken, Chris Rock made a husband and wife joke on a white couple, but he kept it nice and neat. He was saying something about him getting in trouble with his wife. He didn't take it. They didn't take that personal. What he said to Jada, knowing that she had alopecia, the whole world knew that girl had a medical problem. He went in on that. Yes, G.I. Jane was a movie, but you got to remember, Demi Moore shaved her hair off on purpose for the role. This is something beyond this woman's control. So yes, he should have waited till the show was over and gave him the Foo-Fox. Yep, he should have. But at the same time, Chris crossed the gun line when he brought that joke national. So, if you looked at his speech when he was crying, when he took the advice of Denzel, and Denzel told him, he said, now the devil, when you at your highest peak, is when the devils are going to start coming at you. So now, let's see what the fallout is going to be. But as far as, everybody, Will was off cold for rolling up on that stage. Yeah, the Oscars is going to look at that. See, that's why Oscars are so white. I get it. See, but they had every hood fool on there. You had P. Diddy. What Diddy got to do with, Diddy and the Oscars? They don't even sound right. So, I think it's a plant. It was, Chris Rock was the plant. If you notice lately in the politics, they always send up a black person to tear down another black person. You just think about it. Think about all the stuff that's going on now. We being canceled by our own people. They putting us up so they can say, well, it's not a racial thing. So now this is what we get. So now let's see what the Oscars look like next year.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, James. I appreciate that. Toy Davis said, black parents, where you act up is where you going to get dealt with. Oh, your parents come to school to give you a whooping. Oh, do you ever look up and your parents was looking in that crack in the window, that little window, and you was in the middle of doing something and you try to freeze and play it off like you wasn't about to get into it. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. But James, I don't think everybody knew about the history of Will Smith and Chris Rock. And it does add some perspective, but you know the deal. Like y'all trying to act, somebody in that crew, somebody in Will's crew, somebody in Chris's crew knew that it wasn't all good. Let's go to the live line. It's the Maze Jackson Show. What's up, caller? Caller?
What's up, Maze? Welcome back.
Hey, it's Tyrone Muhammad around here talking about some. Hey, man, this is my show, man. I don't care how many swole, big, muscle head dudes y'all bring up in here, man. I ain't scared of y'all. Ain't nobody scared. I came back this Monday. Y'all ain't outside, are y'all? All right.
Next show, we bringing 50, man. The little homies, they gonna all be back there.
Lord.
We rolling. We rolling. We gotta save Chicago, man.
We got
to do it one man at a time, two little slider driller at a time. That's what we gonna do. So we can stop this madness, man, because I'm tired of women and kids getting killed out here, bro. But with that being said, that's almost what we dealing with, right? It's like if you are op and you talking about me, first of all, mamas, grandmamas, and wives has always been off limit where I come from in terms of code when we talking. Once you go that way, you set yourself up for a fight, man. I mean, now it looks as though now you're going to rag my mama, my girl, my wife in front of white folks. Now it's like we don't have history. There's a reason why you don't see a Willie Lloyd, Larry Hoover, Jeff Ford talking about one another. So when you at the chief, the height of your profession, you the chief of your profession, bro, you don't talk about people publicly. So if you error in public, you get your ass whooped in public. If you error in private, then we'll sit back in private and talk about the ills in the discussion. But if it's about you, listen, first of all, for the whole how many years or months this man has heard the whole world rag on him about his wife and her extramarital affairs, bro. That mental health stuff, when we dealing with right now, deal with de-escalation and intervention of the emotions of these shorties who would slide and kill somebody because words, man, are powerful. You can't play with people with words, man. And some people, sometimes word is more damaging. Then when the teacher told me, when they used to tell me I'm going to be dead before I'm 16 years old, those are powerful words, man. You don't have to shoot the gun. You done killed the man already. It's like, all right, then, if that's the case, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, I'm going to be dead before, so I might as well act like I'm going to die and take people with me. That's what's going on with these shorties out here. Trust me, don't underestimate the power of signifying words and then nosy ass people in this world who has nothing to do but talk about somebody else's issues when they got issues of their own. You got people talking about these people marriage and then band together and doing it, and they don't have a man or one. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, come on, man. It's too much going on, and they grown. Chris Rock understood. Will is at the height of the pinnacle of his career. Chris is at the pinnacle of his career. And if we don't get along, first of all, shut your mouth up talking about me. That's like we out here fighting as activists, and I got a beef with Mays. I keep getting the beef with Mays, and then every time I look around, Mays doing something or Mays receiving something, I'm out front now. I'm going to talk about Mays in front of white folks, and we all supposed to be out here fighting for black people. In their case, they both comedians, and they at the height of their careers, and everybody is watching them. And the way you conduct yourself and you off cold, man. It's the stuff going on with these shorties. They off cold everywhere out through these cities. You off cold. Stop talking about dead homies. I don't care if you're playing. Stop talking about people's families because you don't know what people are going through, man, from day to day. You will lose your life. Intentional or unintentional, the result is still the same. You gotta do better in how we represent, especially on the highest stage in movies or whatever that is, and become clowns for white folks. Yeah, he's lucky he only got slapped, man, because I'd have beat him down on the stage playing with me in public like that, man, instead of setting you up for that. I hope y'all kids don't listen, kids. I'm sorry, but I'm telling you, they grown men. Now, at some point now, you got to stop that goofy stuff and figure out, really anyway, both of them off cold as far as me with black people. First of all, we talking about that. They don't give enough back to help the issues and ills that's plaguing our community. Neither one of them, even with the platforms that they have. So, with that being said, I'm gonna stand down. But hey, man, welcome back. This is the ECCSD takeover.
Hey, man, we appreciated y'all taking over. It was actually, that was really a good look. I really appreciated flicking through and being like, and white people was flipping like, what happened? Oh, damn. Right? It's the Maze Jackson Show. I just think like this. You be picking at people because you assume that they won't do something. You be picking at people not knowing what they're capable of. And then you pick at them, and then when they come back and they hit your ass, and they hit your ass in a way that you wasn't comfortable with, and it don't got to be physical. Then you want to talk about how it was wrong. Then you want to talk about, oh, Lord, it was just a joke. Oh, well, I got jokes for you.
I see what it is now. So now I am, from this day on, I am a professional comedian. So anything I say about you, even if we into it or not, don't take it to heart. Just a joke.
Y'all can't have it both ways. Y'all cannot have it both ways.
I gave in and said he's a comedian, so now I'm a comedian. And now when I tell a joke and we're not into it, now I want you to have the same energy. Be like, oh, he's just a comedian. He tells jokes. Like, if you into it with somebody, comedian or not, like, we into it. I don't care. We are into it. So now you tell jokes. Now I tell jokes. And we keep it getting, man. Will Smith a rapper.
How is us on the morning show? We are the most jokingest morning show, educational. We tell jokes all the time. And imagine if every time we told a joke, are we to expect that same consequence?
I would tell you
no.
That, I'm going to tell you this. That no. I would tell you, Ruthie, that quite frankly, I don't know that it's that consequence, but I do think that there's consequences for the morning show, and I pay them all the time, right? And it has gotten as far as people trying to threaten me I'll be like, but hey fam, I'm ready. Like, if we gonna go, let's go. But I think a lot of times people walk up to you and they be prepared. They don't think you gonna do nothing. So they be like, well, I'm finna, okay, well, cuz I'm ready. Can you whoop my ass? I could shoot your ass.
It's levels. The joke that he made was
not warranted. I agree.
It's not the joke, Ruthie.
But that's why I'm saying, like, we can't disconnect the joke from the situation, because then I feel like we participating in the same level of cancel culture that we be fighting so hard against.
Can anybody make a joke about you that you know that y'all into? Like you somewhere and you know this person and I'm talking about, like, you do not like this person, y'all know it, college, I don't care what it is, y'all and so beef. Can they make a joke about you, like saying anything
at the Oscars, where I'm sitting in the front row, where I know that people historically do that same exact thing, and I've been in this game long enough to know that is not going to offend me, where I'm going to get up and slap that man. Will Smith had other stuff going on in his mind. And really, he should have been escorted up out of there.
He might have slapped them too.
No, he wasn't slapping them.
Then he would have got tased, and they would have been talking about locking up black men and all of this and da-da-da-da-da.
It's just funny to me. It's like we pick when we want to.
That's the same way I feel about you right now.
Code.
Y'all pick and choose when comedy isn't. There's an art to comedy, and historically speaking, like, comedy is sometimes, it's used to, talk about societal issues, pain, to make fun of people. And I think, and I just don't think that on the stage like the Oscars that Chris Rock should have been slapped for making a G.I. Jane joke about Will Smith.
I don't think he should.
Extramarital affair joke, maybe, but not G.I. Jane.
Okay, so let me say this. I don't think that he should have gotten slapped. I don't think that when you're in the process of doing your job or whatever it is, you should be slapped. I am going to say you should be prepared, though. Right? Like, there is not a day that I walk out of this station that I am not prepared for somebody. Now, I don't expect it, but I'm not prepared. That I am not prepared for somebody to be pissed off, come up here, right? There's not a day I walk up out this station, right, where I haven't seen the consequences of what we do. Now, mine wasn't physical. It was economic, right? And so, like, I feel like the reason we saw the physical was because we don't really have a way he didn't have a way to economically impact him. He didn't have a way to punish him. And so I think a lot of times when you see that, it's because you don't feel like you have an alternative. Like, there's emotion, and then there's, how can I deal with this rage that I have on this situation? Because sometimes you want revenge. Do I think that anybody should? I think words are words. Now, sometimes they sting. Sometimes they make you get in your feelings. Sometimes they make you want to have a physical reaction. Sometimes they make you plot. I mean, there's a lot of ways to handle that situation. I just think you have to know that somebody might not go and might not respond the way that you feel they should. That's all I'm saying. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Go ahead, caller. You on the live line.
What up, Maze? It's Greg. How you doing? Still at ECCSU takeover. What's happening?
Hello, Gregory.
Happy Monday.
Let me do it. Hold on. Let me do it. Hold on. Gregory, I'm with you. You understand me, right, Gregory? Go ahead, Greg. What's up, man?
So first and foremost, I want to highlight a public service announcement that all the weak ass, punk ass men still on alert. Watch your mouth, right? How it feel to wake up this morning with a wife and kids and you got the shit slapped out you on national TV, right? And then I want to back it up with he got what he deserves. You don't go in a room full of white people and pander and choose to shoot a shot at my wife. Nowhere signifying been getting black folks ass whooped their whole life. Our words been getting people killed since this society began. So you have to be accountable for your words. I mean, you can just go back. I mean, I'm a Libra man, right? So I call myself identifying with Will on many levels, right? Now, he been getting beat up. It's premeditated. It's planned on both sides, right? It's planned from Chris Rock. You know what? I'm about to shoot at this nigga on national TV. I'm about to get at him, right? And Will Smith in his head, he's like, if this dude say something, I'm slapping the shit out of him. That's just how it goes. They both, every action breeds a reaction. And I believe that if you go back and you watch the tape and you see Jada's reaction, it hurt her feelings. That's enough for me to slap the shit out you if you hurt my wife's feelings. In private, if you at my house and you hurt my wife's feelings, I might slap you. Let alone you did it in front of the entire country. So I'm just saying that I think in the culture where we actually need babies to put the guns down and put their hands up, Will Smith was a great example of I'm gonna slap the shit out you. And highlight that Chris Rock obviously is a mob because don't nobody get slapped on national TV and not do nothing about it. He should have jumped on that man's back and it should have been up at the Oscars because I'm not getting slapped no matter what I did. And that's what I got. Watch your mouth if you don't want to get hit in it. Mike Tyson said everybody got a plan till they get hit in the mouth. Well, Chris Rock, your plan went sour. And every punk ass dude talking crazy about people, women and children. So what if she was in a wheelchair? Would it have been okay for him to say, come get your award? You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got no legs. Like, what if she was slow or retarded? Like, how far do we go with the insults? I'm pro slapping the shit out of weak ass men that be talking crazy. Peace.
Thank you, Greg. So let me just say this, right? Ruthie, I kind of take this personal, right? Only because I have been in numerous situations where people have taken shots at my wife because they want to get at me. Right? And so I feel a particular way about this, right? I don't think that a comedian should get jacked up for telling jokes. I don't. But I do think that people take liberties, say things, do things because they think there is no consequence, right? And I just think that yesterday was a refresher course. I hope that, what's Gary Owen? I hope Gary Owen saw that. Right? Y'all ever seen Gary Owen? Remember Gary Owen, the white comedian who was married to the black woman that get to come on and talk all type of craziness about black people because he was married to a black woman. I hope he watches that. And I hope he thinks, dang, if he was willing to knock him out, maybe I need to watch my mouth. Right? I don't think it's cancel culture. I do think sometimes
comedic cancel culture.
Yeah, we
taking it too far.
I don't think Chris should be canceled. I think he should be able to tell whatever jokes. Now, if I'm Chris, though, let me tell you who ultimately deserves this L. Chris is security. Chris is security. First of all, the OSCARS security, but then Chris is security. If he has some. But you know, Chris Rock probably be rolling around with no security. That was Jay. Wouldn't even got close to him. All right, how many calls we got up there? Let's take the rest of these calls and then we're going to get up out of here. Carly on the Maze Jackson Show.
Hey, good morning to all.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, this is Max. My name is Max. So let me give some different perspectives to this, a little bit of history. First of all, I don't know if anyone has said this. Don't let your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash. And we all know that. So let's stop being hypocritical in our community, our so-called community, as the other caller said. We've all been witness, and we've all have gotten excited, even Ruthie, over something someone has said, at the wrong place and at the wrong time. And of course, and we all, when you think back about it, yeah, I could have handled it differently. And you learn and you grow and you gain some wisdom and maybe you mature. It's called maturation. Okay, there's another level to this. Everyone keeps saying that Will was laughing at the joke. He wasn't. He was laughing at the joke with Javier Bardem and his wife, Chris, was making that Javier Bardem and his wife were both up for Oscars, and Javier Bardem would not win even if he won if his wife didn't win. Javier Bardem was wishing that Will Smith, that's how Will Smith got into the perspective that he was wishing and praying that Will Smith would have won the Oscar. When the camera flashed, that's what Will was laughing at. Not at the joke, because when Chris made the joke, the camera was right on Jada, and you saw the expression on her face, and then we just saw Will get up. But outside of that, let's go back to when Bill Maher wore that the crocodile hunter who got killed by the stingray, and he wore a stingray Halloween costume back when he died, and he got blasted for that. And if that family could have got at him, they would have got at him. They were livid, but they just wasn't at the same party at Bill Maher, so they didn't get at him. So, let me say this too. I know someone personally who's suffering from alopecia. I think we taking it all different angles. Of course, Chris Rock knew she was suffering from alopecia, if we knew. So that's very painful. And I think that's the thing that we have to identify with. What is this person going through? For all we knew, Jada might not even want to come to the Oscars dealing with the alopecia, but hey babe, let's go, you beautiful, blah, blah, blah. That's a serious issue. That's for a woman. So put yourself in that aspect, and I'll end it with this. Richard Pryor, maybe the greatest comedian of all time, after he came back from Egypt, that's when he said, I'm going to stop using the word nigga. Because he saw himself in a different light. So no, comedians don't have carte blanche to say anything they want, especially when it comes to a situation when a person can't help it. Handicap, sickness, so on and so forth. So I think that's what it is. So I just ended with that.
Okay, I used to say your mama got a kick. What, she got a wooden leg with a kickstand?
Y'all sure do be picking and choosing.
Hey man, I'm gonna say
y'all is some of the picking and choosing people ever.
Hey,
it's all funny until it ain't funny.
But that's my point. Like I'll say it's funny. I'm gonna say like this.
And I'm man.
Go ahead, say it.
I just
spit it.
There has to be some type of protection for the art of comedy. And yes, you can always take it too far, but in this instance, Chris Rock's joke on the surface was not taking it too far. Now, whatever underlying beef they got, fine. Whatever mental health issues Will clearly was exhibiting during that time, fine. But the joke on the surface was should not have gotten him slapped. And I'm protecting the art of comedy. And you hosting the Oscars and making a joke about somebody in the front row, which is what historically happens.
That's what Carrie was saying yesterday. She said, if you sit in the front, you're going to get it. I think, if you go to a comedy show, you're going to get it. I guess I ain't going to the comedy show. I know what comedy shows I ain't going to. I know what Negroes don't tell me about no Negroes from this group, this, that. Let's just if we know it's going to be a beef, I just choose to avoid it. Go to the next call. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. Caller?
Hello?
Hey, caller.
Hello, Maze.
Yes.
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, listen, I'm a first-time caller. I'm calling from Miami, Florida.
Miami?
I listen to your show all the time about it. Huh?
You calling from Miami? How you get us in Miami?
Get you on YouTube, brother. And by the way, last week was great. You should do that at least once a quarter. But listen, I'm going to say something right now. You, Riis, Tyrone Muhammad, brother, I respect and I love what he's doing. You're all wrong. And you're very wrong. Let me tell you why. First off, I got a few points. I'm going to make it quick. Number one of your callers mentioned this. The number one problem that Will Smith made for himself is his future. He will never be invited to the table for power. His actions have told the white man that controls Hollywood he can't be trusted. He failed to utilize discipline. He failed to utilize restraint. Let me tell you when he should have approached Chris Rock. The time to slap Chris Rock is in the green room after the show. Or better yet, at the after party. Now, Jada's role. Number one problem with Jada, she should have immediately jumped up and held Will back. The reason why we know of these problems with alopecia for Jada and the extra amount of foolishness, the reason why we know is because they told us. And they told us for ratings on their crazy behind show Red Talk Table. So that's a problem. If you put the business out there, don't expect all the time the people to handle it with kids' gloves. He should have approached Chris Rock after the show. And then if he wants to slap the head out of him, fine. I'll tell you another problem that Will Smith has. You don't know how Chris Rock may react. When they talk about guns and everything, what if Chris Rock gets it in his feelings to go after Will? You don't do that on national TV. By the way, Will Packer organized that Oscar show. He just, and Will made a big point of putting as many black faces as possible up front. That's why they were sitting there in the first place. And now he done ruined that. So, the one last thing I'm going to say, when you mention Gary Owens, I'm glad you brought that up. If that guy, comedian, was white, I bet you Will would not have walked his dumb ass up there and slapped him. And if that comedian was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, 6'5" and 250, like me, 6'3" and 250, I bet he would not have walked up there and slapped him. But he chose the guy that he thought he can get away with it with. But here's the problem. He forgot the long game. He will never be Jerry Seinfeld, a billionaire with power and control, because he didn't exhibit it at his most tense moment.
All right, I'm going to take that one. That was a good call. I appreciate your opinion. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show. We're trying to figure out what y'all think about this Will Smith thing. What's up, caller? Hello? You there?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Come
can
on.
You hear me?
Yep, we can.
Okay. All right. First of all, Will was off code. Because when he got up there, he already said what the code was. He said, you're supposed to sit back and you're supposed to take the joke. And when he said that, he was talking about, I got to protect my family. That wasn't just about Jada. That was about his son, who wear the skirts, his daughter that does different things. All that came to a head. He wouldn't have walked up on Bernie Mac. He wouldn't have walked up on Dave Chappelle. And what they say is never let them see you sweat. And what he could have did was handle it afterwards. And remember Kevin Hart, when he had a joke about gay people a long time ago, he had to come back on his own and make a public announcement that, hey, I was sorry, I'm apologizing, and went on different talk shows. Chris could have went that route if they had a discussion afterwards. But no, he goes up there and slaps him. Just like the previous caller said, Bernie Mac, don't watch SNL. And like Ruthie Moore said, jokes are, he didn't go up there and plan on talking about Jada. It probably just hit him at the time. Like he said, jokes are just timing. So that was wrong. Will was on point. And if you get mad, then you're never supposed to let them see you sweat. Okay. And, Chris Rock got a family that could have went both ways. He could have went south, real or north, whichever way he wanted.
He was thinking Pookie, man. He was thinking Pookie. He was thinking Ali versus Pookie, though. He thought he could. He said, I could take Chris. He was like, he said, I could take Chris. I could take Chris. He's like, I'm Mike Lowry.
Right. Maze, did you see his form? Did you see the stills they had with his form?
Man, did you see yes. I mean, he did that I'm telling you, the way he did it, he could have came back with a back. It was crazy. Thank you for your call, caller. I appreciate you. Anybody else on that line? Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show. Who did it right? Who did it wrong? Chris or Will? Or did they both blow it?
Good morning, man.
Anthony, what's up, man? Am I on the third rail again?
You, brother.
welcome back, man. Anyway, I'll be succinct because that means short and to the point.
Yes.
I know we got to go. Anywho, first of all, my father told me years ago, you don't want to punch a person in their head, you know, because you'll break your hand. And if a nigga really wants to smoke, slap his ass like you're a bitch. And, you know, usually they'll fall. You ain't got to go into all of that with. Secondly, mental health has a lot to do with the way people receive information and process it. Since everybody been on lockdown for close to 2 years, it's going to be a lot of people, just like less than a month ago, Juwan Howard reached out and grabbed went Juwan Howard on somebody. Now we talking about Will Smith. People who got stuff to lose, like, damn, that's full speed ahead. All the torpedoes got to go. I mean, we got to remember a lot of these people been sitting in bunkers for 18 months, 2 years, stuff like that. And real sensitive socializing has not been something people have been doing. And a lot of that stuff, you just don't want to do it, not in public. What they tell you all the time about jokes. What's the key to a good joke? Timing. It wasn't the time or the place to go talking about that man's woman. He might have been begging her for a month or so because of all the other stuff he had going with her. That maybe, you know, we need to start making appearances together. You know, everybody want to know where our marriage is. I'm sitting there being, you know, I got an Oscar coming and you ain't there. That's going to put some more questions in the air. So now he finally gets her to go and then you take a shot at her? Oh, man, I'm surprised he didn't start choking that fool before the show was over. They had to call SWAT or something to come get her. But anyway, man, I'm going to see you around real soon, man. But be careful with these fools, man, because a lot of them ain't been social in months.
That's a good point.
And think they can say stuff.
That's
all right, man. I'll holler at y'all. Have a good day, man.
Thank you. That's that Call of Duty cursing people out over the internets, too. Kerry said Chris was professional in the way he kept going. And I'm going to tell you that I do think he was like, the show must go on. He definitely did. The show must go on. But can I tell you the problem with that? The problem with that is in like the real world for like a teenager, and we're not teenagers. That's why I asked adult. That would not be looked at as professional. That would be looked at as being a snitch. And I'm not talking about a snitch. I'm talking about a snitch with a B. Any other callers on that line? Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. Keep it quick for me. We trying to get out of here. Ruthie on overtime.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. A famous quotation that I try and follow a lot is, you will continue to suffer if you have an emotional reaction to everything that is said to you. True power is sitting back and observing things with logic. True power is restraint. If words control you, that means that everyone else can control you. A lot of times you have to breathe and allow things to pass. Now, I don't know exactly if that was actual an incident that really occurred, or was it something that was set up and designed. But to see Will Smith react in that way, yes, thought he was doing the right thing, but it was a real bad look if it was actually him losing control like that. And even the way he swung and held his hand at a word, it all looked choreographed. But it's neither here nor there. The point is, you can't let what's said to you control you, because now that person who said what they said has control over you.
You say that.
We should start at a very early age.
Go ahead.
We should start at a very early age to teach children. Say, hey, let things roll off your back until the point where somebody tries to put their hand on you. Then you do what's necessary to get things done. But this playing the dozens crap, to me personally, I don't have to tear somebody down to feel bigger about myself. That's all I want to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that call too. Y'all be saying that philosophical stuff though. That lets them control. No, I don't know. They always be like, words will never control. No, I don't know. Sometimes people be like, be the bigger person. Because when you're the bigger person, then you win in the end. No, sometimes being the lesser person and being the person that just be like, I'm not going no more. So if you want to, in the 48 laws of power, you know what it tells you to do? It says, crush your enemy and destroy them totally. Unless you give them a chance to live. Because if you give them a chance to live, then they should prove their loyalty to you for giving them the opportunity to live. But that's not always the case, which is why you should crush your enemy totally. Let's go to the live line. We got 2 more calls, then we're going to wrap this thing up. Caller, what's up? You're on the Mace Jackson Show. Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, Chris Rock. What happened at the Oscars?
Maze, thanks for taking my call. Will Smith got this wrong. The last caller, I disagreed. The last 2 callers from Miami and the other one, they was 100% spot on. Will Smith had every opportunity to make it right at the end of the Oscars when he was apologizing to everyone, but Chris Rock. If you recall, Maze, I believe back in '94, Will was at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood, and he discovered Alex Thomas and made him part of the writing staff because of some of his jokes that he did on stage. So Will is not new to the comedy world, to the comedic world of when jokes are being told to individuals when you come into a comedy show. The Oscars is funny. So when you watch the Oscars, you're going to see funny skits. You're going to hear funny jokes. So Will was 100% wrong. Jada sent him off. Ruthie, I agree with you 100%. There's an art to comedy and it should be protected. Every young actor or thespian who has aspiration of being an actor or actress, I'm quite sure they didn't like what they saw last night, because you did not just have adults watching that show. You had children watching that show. And the message that Will Smith sent to a lot of young children who was watching that show, I don't think it was a good message. I honestly feel, in my opinion, there should be a petition started to have Will Smith Oscars withdrawn, because the character he displayed was not a good character. I hear a lot of callers, and I understand you all talking about, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that. It was comedy. I think Chris Rock held his composure very well. I think he was very professional about it. As you all can see, P. Diddy was upset about it. You can tell how he came out. He was swaying back and forth away from the camera. But 100%, Will was dead wrong. He was dead wrong. I don't believe Chris knew about her condition. Whether she had alopecia or not, it was just a joke. And the joke that he told, it was clever. It was clever. It wasn't a dirty joke. It was a clever joke. The Oscars about movies. He talked about G.I. Jane. G.I. Jane is a movie. So y'all got it all wrong, Maze. I'm sorry. I like your show. I enjoyed it. Glad to see that you're back. And take care, brother.
Thank you. You I like you and all, but you're dead wrong. Can I say this? I don't think it should have happened. But I gotta say, you cannot operate like it won't. That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of times people be walking around like, oh, he ain't gonna do nothing. Oh, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. Oh, I could keep on talking cash shit. I could keep on doing whatever. Oh, I ain't gonna do nothing. Because they expect the social constructs, they expect that awkward social situations, you will shrink. I do not necessarily agree. I have, in many cases, restrained from being physical. As a matter of fact, almost every time I've restrained from being physical. But I will tell you, it won't go unpunished. Oh, I will own you. I will own you. It just might not be that night. I'll be quiet, but I'll be talking again. All right, it's the last question. It's the last caller. Call you on the Mace Jackson Show. What's up?
Good morning, Mace.
Good morning. Who there?
How you doing this morning, brother? This is Tamiko.
What's up, Miko?
How you doing this morning?
I'm good. I hear you busy. Go ahead.
No, I'm not that busy. I should be, though. Hey, listen, am I missing something? The Oscars is about movies and roles, right?
Right.
So the roles that Jada has been taking lately, she's been playing like a masculine, like military type role. So I'm missing something here. So with Will doing what he did, he just let Rock own his ass. So therefore, him slapping him, first of all, Rock, him keeping his composure. Yeah, that was cool, but in the street, Will pretty much, he Hollywood, and I don't think he's going to be so protected this time because
Chris
he
Rock
was off cold. He
Chris
was
Rock?
definitely off cold.
You saying Chris Rock was off cold?
No, Will was off cold. Because Jada has been taking these militant roles lately. So the G.I. Jane, the G.I. Jane comment, the joke. Come on now, where did alopecia? Where did all that come? Did he say something about an alopecia?
He said something about a bald head. Stop it.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. But has anybody been paying attention to the role she has been playing lately?
I didn't even know she was still doing it.
I'm talking about Jada.
She's been whacked lately.
Yeah, she's been taking She's been taking roles in, like in TV series and stuff. If anybody's been paying attention, then when you watch TV, when I do catch her, when I do watch TV, I've been seeing her. She's been taking militant roles.
That's because she can't grow.
So so that it wasn't out of content. So that was something that he's been wanting to do.
So whose side you on?
She was just in an Equalizer role with Latifah.
Whose side you on?
I'm on what's real, and that's what I'm gonna always do.
So whose side? Will or Chris Rock?
What? Listen, Will was wrong.
Okay.
And the fact of the matter is, Rock shouldn't have let him slap him like a wussy. They should have been beat, and they should have been going to commercial.
Oh my God!
They should have been going to commercial. What you say? And my birthday is Wednesday.
And your birthday is Tamiko birthday is Wednesday. And we having a party on Saturday. And I just need to say though, this all I'm saying for Chris Rock, right? I'm saying Chris Rock will be washing underwear if we was in jail. After that, like I just don't know if
I totally agree. You shouldn't have let it happen.
That's all I'm saying. Like, if nothing else, Chris, you got to swing back. Like, you got to swing back and then be like, break it up. But you can't go out with the
grab them back, grab them back, throat or something.
Right. You got to kick them, you got to trip them, you got to do something.
Pinch them or something.
You got to bite them, you got to do something.
No, we're not doing this. Wherever you act up at is where you get it at.
Top bunk, and he washing dry.
I do believe in wherever you act up at is where we correct your actions at. So we'll act up. We'll act it up as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
And that's where you get corrected at. That's where you get it at.
All right.
Now, I wouldn't have went as far as what he did, but I definitely would have corrected him. Like, grabbed him back.
I'm just saying,
Tamiko, something like, no, we're not doing this.
Let me just say, for all the men out there, like, just for all the men out there, and I'm going to let you go. Thank you, Tamiko. For all the men out there, you cannot get slapped on national TV and not even act like you want to resist. I mean, like Ruthie, he wasn't even, should he have swung back or something? I mean, was he, okay, so let me ask the question. If you was watching that, y'all went to the same college, high school. Ladies, is anybody dating Chris Rock after this? He don't got no money. Is anybody dating Chris Rock after this? You feel safe going to dinner with Chris Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he got security. That didn't obviously work. You like, yeah. No, I'm saying poor Chris Rock. Not rich Chris Rock. You saw that happening. If you saw that happen in college or high school, dude is wearing that until he go to a move to another state. Yeah. Ruthie, who's dating him? Ruthie.
But see, just like Tyrone Muhammad said when he called, that is the same mentality that keeps the beefs going.
So Ruthie, that's why
because now I'm gonna take it up a notch.
So Ruthie though, so here go my thing. That's why I say women. If women see it, you done. It's gonna escalate if a woman saw it. It has to. Cause
I think if anybody saw it, that fuels a man.
Yeah,
to
but
defend his ego.
No, sometimes dudes be like, you shouldn't even do. I'm gonna take this punch and I'm gonna lay down. But if it's a woman there, you gonna have to stay there and fight. Cause she gonna be like, girl, you see, dude knock you out. You can just be like, I got knocked out. Brother's gonna be like, dog, you couldn't be dude. You wasn't finna be dude. Your boys will be like, come on, man, let's get you home. Your boys will jump in and them take you home. If it's females watching, you gonna have to go ahead and take that. And if you don't throw no punch back, man, I remember if you didn't throw when you went in the circle, if you ain't throw no punch back, you had to get back in that mud. Like you can't roll with us if you ain't even gonna throw a punch. I know it's 10 of them, but you better hit somebody. If you don't hit nobody, you got to go back in the circle, dog. Dang. Then that's when you just close your eyes and start swinging. You know you're going down. But at least you wasn't no punk. But I guess that's how the beef started. Right?
I mean, like this. How everybody say that Chris Rock a comedian, right, Ruthie? Mm-hmm. Well, Will Smith won Best Actor. I just think he was just acting just then. That's a pass, right? He was just acting.
So Salim says that you wrong, bro. Of course, the instinctual move is to respond to Will's slap, but actually, it's the height of true power to be able to discipline one's emotions. That's if you got a recourse. See, it's very easy for me to walk away from a situation a lot of times because I got a recourse. Oh, I'm gonna make you pay. You might have got me here on the physical, but remember I told you about Don Durante. Never forget it. You might be able to whoop my ass, possibly, but you won't beat me in the world. You won't beat me in business, and I will break you, and I will make it my business to break you one by one by one by one. So, a lot to think about there. I ain't no punk.
Riis, I don't want to hear you making no more jokes about people because I'm gonna call you out. Just
about
so
what?
You know.
About what?
If you make any joke.
I'm a comedian now. I just told you. I'm Riis the comedian.
No.
I'm just making a joke
y'all
about
know the
you.
morning show, we be going for it.
Just making a joke about you. Don't feel offended. You on the morning show, you in the den, you typing.
That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm saying. I feel so sorry for future generations and future comedians.
Right, because it's going to be mental health breakdowns instead of just punching them up.
No, that was Will Smith had a straight up mental health breakdown, and I hope that this is encouragement for black men to
I've had
to
about
seek
20
therapy.
of them in my life. I've been having some mental breakdowns.
Well, y'all need to seek therapy.
No, I don't need to see anything. I'm gonna just tell you here, right here on the major. If we don't, and I told him, man, I don't phony kick it. Like if you don't like me, stay away. G. You don't have to speak. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. We not cool. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to fake like me or just we cool. But just don't speak about me. I won't speak about you. You don't speak about me. That's how I am. Like everybody handles everything differently. To some people, he was on code. To some, he was off code. I get it. But you just can't say that, man. The man dragged me all on the last time, man. Show up. You dragged me. I can't believe that he ain't come. Meanwhile, Will mad.
We same people that be making jokes.
I'm mad they gave him 20. I'm mad they gave him 20 mil for Wild Wild West. He like
keep that same energy. Somebody come up to us like you was talking about me. Do. And what we going? Okay. Keep that same energy.
Me?
Keep that same energy.
And he want to fight me?
If I'm making a joke about somebody, yes, we keep that same energy for people who don't like what we say right here on the morning show in the context of joking and entertainment. Let them step to you and you be okay with it.
It's up. But like you said, that response was a Chris Rock response on TV. You know what I'm saying?
You too, Maze.
So, but it'll be different in the
you
street.
You too, Maze.
Ruthie.
Because y'all know we stay
but listen,
joking.
Though.
We understand.
Ruthie, I just find the irony of this comedy. The irony of this conversation is crazy to me.
And we got a whole clip of when Maze walk up, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just so much, man. Like, come on, man. Like, man, do you know how many places I done been and somebody, they said something about like Maze Jackson?
They do it on my show.
Crazy. It's just crazy. You know
so what you gonna do? You gonna slap him?
No. But I'm saying, I'm sure Maze would address, hey, bro, we ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? This is my after I tell you that we ain't cool, then it's up. after that one, I already addressed to you, hey, I don't know if you know, but we ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? This, I keep my name out your mouth, especially my kids and my family. You know what I'm saying? If you are going to direct anything, definitely direct it to me. I can probably take it off the chin, but once you start talking about my wife, and it's a symptom.
Oh my goodness.
We up, Ruthie. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
So hey, Amy, I'm expecting it. Like if Amy come up here, no, let me say this
straight up.
So can I just be honest though? And I really do think this is something. Like I really do feel like I am prepared for people to not take the show right and to take all types of actions. I truly expect it. Remember when I showed that video of that white girl who was trying to provoke me to hit her last week or 2 weeks ago because she didn't like what I was saying on the show, so she tried to provoke. Like, I expect all of the actions, and so I have to prepare myself. Right? Like Carrie and I have to consciously go out because we know that there is going to be somebody that is going to try and provoke me. That we do. So, or it's going to be like, yo, I heard what you said, or I know you, or etc. So I do think that you cannot operate and walk like it's sweet, because I think people be thinking it's sweet. And then that's when you underestimate. And I think, I think that Will Smith made a calculated decision as to who he was going to take that out on. I don't think he would have took it out on just anybody on the stage. I think Chris Rock presented a safe opportunity. I just hope that somewhere in there the white folks say, dang, if he did that to Chris Rock, what did he do to me? But he was on TV actually apologizing to everybody but Chris Rock. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Can I say this? I do believe that I think when you sit in the front row at a comedy show, you could potentially get roasted. I think you know. I think you know that. I just think that you never know how someone is going to respond.
Well, don't go to the Oscars if you're having a mental health crisis.
Sometimes you don't know if you're having a mental health crisis.
If you're having a mental health crisis, be cool.
Or if you got a beef, stay off my stuff. That's what I got to say.
This is just setbacks. If you have ever written jokes to perform stand-up comedy on the stage, then you understand why that should be protected. It's an art form. And if we continue on this path, we ain't going to be able to say nothing.
Yep, they're going to burn the comedy down too.
Nothing. You can't say nothing.
Nothing? Not even anything?
As much smack as we be talking.
Nothing
on this show.
They gonna kick us off. You think they gonna be waiting outside for us? I think it has been people waiting outside for me before, but it's okay, man. Hey, Amy, straight up, Amy, if you want me, if you want to do celebrity boxing, I'm gonna tell you though, if I walked into a room and I saw Amy there, Ruthie, I ain't gonna even lie, I would be prepared for her. Remember Mary Flower? After Mary Flowers punched me, I'm always ready. Remember she punched me? Ruthie, this happened to me. She walked straight up behind me. Pow! Right in the kidney. What was I supposed to do? I did the same thing Chris Rock did. Just and I just limped off. My manhood was bruised. And I probably could have tripped her. But then y'all would have been talking about some senior elder abuse or something. But I am going to tell you, I have been assaulted for the morning show on more than one occasion. And then if it wasn't physical assault, it was definitely economic assault. So just know that there's consequences to your actions. I do recognize that on a daily basis. All right, y'all. This has been the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. But for Maze and Riis and Ruthie, I am the host where every single... Oh, Ruthie, you got anything you want to say? For you? Anything? She calling us out. She writing our hypocrite notes down right now. She like, they some hypocrites. I'm through with you.
I can appreciate comedy and the art of comedy and the role of comedy in today's society, but it ain't looking good. It is not looking good.
Well, I think that's why we're here, to preserve the lack of political correctness in the world.
Not the morning show making jokes.
Oh, we make jokes every morning.
Not the morning show.
We recognize that they could have consequences. Right? All right, y'all. See? Look at Ruthie trying to flip up. Ruthie, I hope you have this same energy. Keep this same energy.
I am a comedian, baby. I understand the art of comedy. There is not much that you can say to me that I ain't gonna probably say back. And remember, we talked before about how the art of the provocation and how you can provoke people using your words, and how sometimes that might not be a good idea because you can write a check that you can't cash. But if we literally are just looking at the words that Chris Rock said, it was not that bad.
We knew he had mental health issues. We should have embraced that brother. We should have put our arms around him. We should not have made fun of him and kicked him and his family while they were down. We have to understand the immense pressure they're under.
That's probably how he felt.
I know.
That is likely how he felt.
I'm
about
saying
Chris
somebody
Rock.
should have gave him a hug.
That's probably really what he needed.
He did, because Jada be tripping. She around here hugging August.
That's probably what he needed.
And he
though.
if she would have handled her
Low
business.
key, that's what a lot of y'all black men need sometimes. It's just a hug to let y'all know that.
Hug. That's not really what we need.
Yes, it is. That's what
we need the expanded version.
No, that's what you need. A good hug. A nice
hug. That's what
not that one, because that's what make you fight.
That's what make you go to sleep.
Keep it right there.
Do it right.
Y'all just need to be shown
hug me
love.
tight. Hug me right. Show me love. That's right. Show me some love.
Hug,
you keep that hug.
Me.
Hug. You keep them hugs. Hugs and mugs. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. So for Maze and Riis and Ruthie, I am the host where every single day we ask this question: what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage.